Back to
Welcome to Legends of Galehardt, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us.
We all have sugar rushes.
Magic. Yeah, it's what it appears to be tonight. Is that everybody is just all going?
May or may not contain
Is it? I'm like off. I gotta go this way. Okay. All right.
We have to like
You
get
know, like,
together.
me
Really
and
let
my
it
desk.
have to charge.
Yes.
I'm in a weird spot. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Though, of course, you guys are new here to Twitch. Make sure to follow. We stream every week on Saturdays D&D here, Tuesdays board games, and Thursdays Magic: The Gathering, as well as intermixing that with here and there with other cool content. And then we have our YouTube channel where there's more cool stuff over there as well. Are you guys like inspecting? Oh wait, are those the glow in the dark ones?
So I've been told.
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
Yes, we're inspecting them, Zach.
I'm a little bit. I
I
don't know what's happening. We're not even quite to like the stream yet, and it's already devolving. It's great. It's great.
My mentality has been devolving for the past
10-hour
2 days.
shift, Zach.
Yeah. Okay.
It changes, yeah.
I'm dead inside.
10-hour
Dude,
shift.
10-hour 3,000 degree knife challenge.
That is awesome. I love that. Okay.
Dan's making a Hero Forge character.
Stop looking!
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We are going to jump into
So I can
the
eat it.
stream.
I don't have any time to eat,
So, last time on Legends of Galehardt. Anybody?
Cody didn't get a pet.
That summarizes it pretty well.
Yeah, it goes,
That does
We gave
summarize
the-
it.
Sounds like the villagers
Wait,
from
wait,
fucking
wait.
Minecraft.
Okay, so we gave the floating air jellyfish.
What are you, an
proper
idiot?
bear-
What are you, an absolute buffoon? They're called floomps.
Cody, I will end you right here, right now. On
Do
live
it!
stream.
You can't say it. You can't say that, alright? Everybody doesn't know.
I didn't
what
say
it
murder
is.
exactly. I just said end. Okay.
There's
No, you said his name.
I
No,
will-
my name's on live stream.
I do have to say, by the way, too, just, for future references, Zach is back.
Oh well, in that case.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
We'll
Management
see.
gets pickle again.
Yeah, we'll
You would
see
never-
how long it lasts.
You would absolutely disagree with what happened last time. Obviously, you needed to recap. So yeah, definitely went out into some mines. Definitely had to get them crystals because I'm old still. Definitely got some crystals. Came across some nice enchanted creatures.
You're not so nice.
They're not enchanted.
Can I tie this together?
The floomps.
The flutes are enchanting. They're-
Enchanting. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Enchanted.
Enchanting.
No.
Enchanting with him.
Yes. And
I
a
feel
wanted
like we
one.
cannot be using.
And what?
And I wanted one. And I tried really hard.
Uh-huh.
And this guy, I think his name was Jake, right? He definitely messed with me all the whole time, and he didn't let me have. So.
Are you? Is that blaming the DM?
Yep.
He's not here anymore, so.
He's
He was a
dead now.
temporary.
But that's still blaming the DM, though. Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. 'Cause,
Wow.
you know,
Just
if
I-
if you blamed the DM for actions, I mean.
Kind of a douche.
Yeah.
I don't remember how to do this one.
Ow!
Just take it.
So, okay, all right. So you guys attempted to get a floomph. You attempted to get a floomph.
It was fun.
It was entertaining.
I remember specifically the cage, and you're just like, like
Even Jake remembers.
You don't understand that face
I
was
think we
replaying
used it.
in my mind while I slept for the last week.
replaying in your mind like a bad
Yeah.
repressed memory.
Just a face similar to yours going. Is
that like the 10-hour loops on repeat?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
See
pretty
how long you
epic.
can last.
Pretty okay. All right.
Yeah, but I
Glad
have
to know it was
sets
epic.
of all
Yeah.
of
Oh,
these.
that's
At least it was
epic.
epic.
I had to talk to
Nice.
my doctor because it lasted more than 4 hours.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, we got said crystals and we got
Okay.
said water. Now I have to be an old man and tell them that I didn't catch a floof. So that's gonna be embarrassing.
Sorry, Grandpa.
But I'm just gonna deny it 100%.
Just be like, I
You
don't remember.
You said you were gonna catch the floof. I never said that.
Yes.
So we're going back to the store.
Oh.
Alright. So,
Making our way downtown.
Walking fast.
Without a flume, because he's an old guy.
I'm gonna have to make the same
Without-
character
My favorite.
twice.
jeez Louise.
My favorite.
Take one, pass
version of
down.
that.
90.
Take one,
Take
pass
two.
down. I was gonna say take two,
It's very
This
difficult.
one.
but you know, the DM replaying in the epic mind. You know, okay, that's fine. We'll fix that.
Oh.
All right. So you guys are
You're pretty just.
just leaving the Calador mines. What are you guys doing?
Going back to the store and telling them he fucked up.
Can I still buy beans?
Telling
I
them
just
that
want to see what they do.
he fucked up.
Can I still buy the beans? I know they're expensive, but
no.
I
We
know.
have. That's where you need to go. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Let's go get those beans.
Them beans.
Beans. All right. So you guys are heading back. Hold on. I gotta get all my
Nope, I got it.
stuff.
For now, anyway. I'll let you
Oh,
know if that
that's pretty
changes. Give me a
cool.
minute.
I would be willing to sacrifice another piece of string if you need it.
Okay. All right. So you guys you're heading back up out of the caves with an empty cage. But you guys are heading back up out of the caves.
When is
Back
it getting
into
out of my
town.
cage and I've been doing just fine. God, I gotta be down because
We're copyright stricken. Goodbye, stream.
I don't think I said it right.
It
It's alright.
sounded more like a slam
And it
poetry
wasn't really in
session.
The, yeah, like it
than
wasn't really
anything.
in the beat.
I don't know.
Exactly.
It just kind of sounded like a bunch of cringe.
Oh,
to me.
Adriana.
This would be
Cody,
my
you see
next
this
one.
needle?
Options. Here,
Sharp.
when you get done, let me.
Shots fired. All right.
See that needle?
So-
Silver.
It's going in things where it shouldn't go.
Dan.
So you guys
Touch it
head
in.
back
What?
up into town,
The silver.
and are you who's all?
I want to watch him make a fool of himself.
Same.
I'm
Come
not
on,
going back
Grandpa, we
there.
gotta go back to that shop.
You have to get.
Why?
Yes.
I need my beans.
Why?
I need my
Go
beans.
get your beans.
No, come with me.
Why?
I'll tell the nice lady what you did.
Why?
Do you want me to tell her, or do you want to tell yourself?
I will deny it.
Okay.
Don't deny it.
All right.
You have to
I'll
be
go
the-
to the shop by
deny
myself
it.
then. I'll embarrass you.
Who's all going to?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, is it everyone but Chainbreaker? You're not coming.
He's waiting outside.
Actually,
sit
I'm
on
gonna
a
wait with
bench.
Chainbreaker. I'm gonna wait with Chainbreaker.
I'm gonna sit on a bench.
I'm
very
gonna
tired.
wait. I need to. I'm gonna take some rations, breadcrumb rations, and give them to Chainbreaker and be like, here, feed the birds. Grandpa, feed the birds while you sit on the bench.
I hate you. I take the crumbs and I go sit on a bench.
Okay.
Maybe.
I hate you.
Okay.
Maybe you can catch one of these instead, okay?
Well, I have a net and bird cage, so.
There you go.
All right. So. I hate you. All right. So Wade and Chainbreaker are gonna sit outside on a bench, find a bench somewhere. The three of you are going into On the Edge Trading Company. All right, let's start with outside. So you guys find a bench near the shop, and you sit down, and with your breadcrumbs and things in hand. What are you guys doing?
These two are.
Toss a few on the ground.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
can
go
see a
talk to
couple
that
of like
lady.
pigeons and things.
Ooh, I'm kind of happy.
Okay.
I feel better.
Do me a favor, make a perception check for me. What is it? The look I'm getting.
6.
Okay. Is there any? You have no modifiers to that.
To my perception?
Perception. Minus
Well,
3.
9.
9? Oh, plus 3. Okay, I was close. I said minus 3.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I feed birds.
Yeah.
Off by 6, you know.
And I roll
Yep.
roll my
You,
perception.
so
These are
you
becoming
tossed
mine
out the
now.
breadcrumbs and you see, the birds pecking away at them, and then one flies up and it kind of catches, and you come back down and out of the corner of your eye, you see a for like a fraction of a second, you thought you swore you saw a flump. Green in color, ducked behind a building down in an alley.
Get it.
Get it.
You guys have headed inside to talk to the shopkeep.
I'm looking at Wade.
No, Wade went inside.
Oh, Wade's sitting down on the bench.
I changed to staying with him.
And I'm gonna hand him some too. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Wade just starts eating the bread.
No,
All right, I mean that's fair. You've had a hard day.
Considering he almost broke your shins.
Hey! I remember that.
I don't remember this.
Wrong time to take a drink.
It's always the wrong time to take a drink.
It's always the
Just
wrong time to take a
imagining,
drink.
I'm just looking over going.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Like in the old man way, too.
What are you doing? Are you chilling? You're eating some of the bread that I gave you to feed the birds? Okay.
I mean,
Did I
it's
see
bread. It's like
something?
hard. Think of like hardtack bread.
Did I see it?
Make a perception check.
$15.
Okay, yeah. So you before Chainbreaker even saw it, you happen to see what looks like a flump, but green in color. That kind of, it's kind of like the wall is here, and it's just kind of like,
Besides us.
and then ducked back when he looked.
Ah,
Son of a
No.
What are you guys doing?
did you see that?
You can't say,
Let's
tell
go.
if it's the Dementor.
Then I get him to stand up, and I'm like trying to hold his arm to walk.
You just like start like.
You're like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So it's
Like how a person would help an older lady across the road.
but you're the
You
one
hit me in the shed.
helping Wade, not Wade help. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Being that you're the old one helping the younger. Yeah, sure.
All right.
So you guys,
Wade's very confused.
Wade is very
waddling
confused,
over it.
being
Like,
yeah. You head to the alley that is just there.
In an alley.
Like,
In an
yeah,
alley.
it's like you head to the side and then there's this
Prepare your
alley where you
anus.
saw it, and you turn the corner, and there you see it.
Oh.
Ah,
A flump.
Oh.
are these guys supposed to be this far out? Hey, buddy.
Is this screen darker than the screen?
I just do a little wave.
That's what
You know,
I thought.
like,
Can you-
hey.
It kind of like cocks his head and looks at you weird, and then like.
And like, hey, come here.
I'm just watching this whole time. Like,
Yeah. So you motion to it, and it just
eating
kind
the
of
bread.
like.
I'm eating the bread.
Come on, we're going to the store.
And it's just like.
Ooh, that's nice.
Huh?
I just kind of like turn sideways and go, and I start like.
You start walking.
Make kissing noises
Okay.
at it.
So you walk back into the street, towards the store, and you turn around behind you, and you see the flump in the street. It's still like a
And then
decent.
it gets
Is
hit
it
by
still
a
looking
car.
at me?
It's still. It's following you.
Cool.
What happened?
And then it gets hit by a car.
Oh no!
Did you know?
Oh no!
Whoops.
Yeah,
You
it's
let
pretty-
your
pretty
darkness
good
slip in a
shirt.
little bit. You're not supposed to do that.
Schmuckleberry, welcome
Until
to the
after
stream.
the wedding.
Hey, Smuggleberry, long time no see.
All right. How far is the store from where we're at?
So you're
No, that's too
basically
tight.
across
It
the
had to
street.
be like right here.
Like
Okay.
it's
Give me
within
that much
like a-
string.
10 feet, 15 feet.
Okay.
Do you want to the store?
Gotcha. Walk to the door and I'm like, hey.
It's staying probably about maybe 6-7 feet back, maybe
Okay.
a little bit longer, like kind of keeping
Social
its distance. Sure. Yeah. It's keeping its distance from you, like it's almost
Wait,
not need
it's
any
almost
more
Hold
curious.
the
of
door.
Do you not need any more of that?
No, they give me spare.
Hold on!
Yes.
Hold on!
All right.
Yeah,
So he's holding the door.
Okay, so you
My
open the
glasses.
door.
Yes, he's holding the door now.
Yep.
I can-
And
Okay.
Oh
Like
my
glasses on,
goodness.
So I can't see like.
Okay. All right. So we're coming back to you guys. So you guys head into the shop, and you find head into On the Edge Trading Company, and you find the shopkeeper.
You got it?
Hey,
Got it.
how's it going?
This one.
What can I do for you?
Can't
So
do
there
it
was,
for ya.
there was a lady here that had some beans.
You're looking at her. She's like this kind of like
Rude ass.
rather heavy set
Sounds like she needs.
elven woman, but you wouldn't know it
Oh!
by looking at her.
Ooh.
You're looking at her. What can I do for you?
Give me a pack of Newports.
What can I do for you?
Oh,
You can see that she's kind of like slightly annoyed, but is ignoring it and moving on.
It's like the older
Sold 2 guns
stepsister
at
from
first.
like Shrek.
Donkey!
Okay.
So about those beans. First of all, how are you today? You look really lovely.
Thank you for asking. Yeah, much appreciated.
I ran out of Newport, so I gotta smoke the camels
Glad
now.
that somebody cares.
I care. You're a friend of mine. Who told me all about these wonderful beans. I'm a little bit of a botanist.
Wait, oh, Fran. Oh, you mean the big tall guy?
Yeah, the old one.
The one who's trying to get your flump.
Oh yeah, my grandpa. He's a little fancy.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Grandpa. Yeah, okay, yeah. Beans. Yeah, I got him still.
Yeah, go on,
Did he catch his flump?
He's
It
about
went about as well as expected.
I mean, we weren't expecting much. were we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is this about the time
Perfect.
that like I open the door? Or?
Okay. So the beans.
Yes, the beans.
Like the yeah. All
They're
right.
my librarian glasses.
Yes, I wanted to inquire about those beans. See, I'm a little bit of a botanist on the side.
All right. Yeah.
What do
So
they
you're
do?
interested in
I need
parts
to
in
know.
them.
Yeah,
The magic beans.
the magic beans.
Yeah.
Oh, what makes
Wait,
the
wait.
magic?
Are they like magic beans? Like there's oceanfront property in Arizona kind of magic beans, or actual magic beans?
You know, I'm really not sure. I just kind of took them in recently. Like,
How do you know they're magic beans?
this is what I was told.
Okay.
What did you?
And the
get?
person
What
that I
did you
bought them
give them
from, you know, I trust anything they say.
Okay.
Why? Because you're a magic character.
Oh,
Like,
whoa.
not
Whoa.
in character.
Whoa.
Not in
No.
character.
I know this person personally. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've dealt with them before. They're
What
trustworthy.
did they want for the beans?
In exchange for the
Your
beans.
soul.
Did they want your cow? Did they want the cow?
What's his
Never
name?
had
Jack.
a cow.
What was it? That
No.
What was it traded?
No,
I'm
I
curious.
traded. It sold them. They bought the beans from them. They brought them in from. What did they tell me? They bought them in from. I mean, it was some city off in the north somewhere.
All right. Well, you know.
Start with the J, I think. Jan Lee. That's it. Yeah, they got them from Jan Lee.
This person changed the accent real fast.
Okay. Well, you know, I've always wanted to mess with some magic beans. What can I give you for them? No.
Well,
How much?
500 gold.
Yeah.
That's what they're worth.
Mm. I look at the walking bank account.
Do you want to at least see them first?
I would love to see these
Alright, go
beans.
get them. So she goes into the back, comes out with this little pouch, and
By this time, has Grandpa made it
yeah.
to the
So
shop?
she comes out with the pouch. She comes out. She opens it up to show you. Looks up, and like she's like at first like you see like she was kind of like laughing and smiling, and she just like suddenly just goes white as a ghost. And you turn around and you see Chainbreaker with a flump behind him.
Oh, How in the?
Lysandra should reach out and just take the bag.
She
from
just
her.
starts like pointing, but
I'll take those beans. Thanks, Grandpa.
Ah!
and just leave.
I found him.
So she goes, oh, well, I guess I mean that Oh, a deal's a deal. Bet's a bet. I mean, I did tell you 100 gold for the beans if you caught a flump.
Thank you, ma'am.
Drop a pouch on the table, and we're gonna leave.
Okay.
I got him. I
Oh,
found him.
I'll
He
leave
was
her
in
like.
the alley.
I'll leave her like.
He was in the alley.
No.
But
No.
she was nice.
100 gold. That's what she said.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Boy.
ma'am. I'll tell you how the beans go next time we're in
think I've
town.
seen
Sandra
it
goes-
all now.
Lysandra hands her the bag of gold and
Yep.
takes the bag of beans. Puts it
Yep.
in a
And you can
pocket
see
and
this woman is still just like awestruck.
Ooh.
Can we use your door for a
speechless.
minute, real quick?
Sure.
So we're gonna all walk out,
And then
Close
not
it.
come back
Sure.
in.
and then put the key in
Yeah.
and
We
leave.
just enjoy, you know.
Okay.
Fucking
So then you all just step outside.
Wait, do we travel via door or horses?
Just leave the horses.
So you
alone
brought
at
the
town.
horses back to the stables
Yeah, we traveled through the
last
door together.
session.
So, through the door.
Okay. Yep. So you have a pouch with 8 magic beans.
Beans. Yay!
Bins.
Okay. And I will have to look up
Beans,
exactly what they
beans,
are later on.
beans.
They're written
Right,
down
ready,
somewhere in my.
Change beans for that
I have like
beans.
3 binders of
It's my
notes
chain.
somewhere.
We're gonna have to digitalize
Over
that
the
for you.
rain.
I've been organizing it little by little. But somewhere in those binders are the item description for the bag of beans.
Once in a lullaby.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you guys head back outside and head through. You open the door and to the Lily Lake Manor. And you're heading back to the manor. I'm assuming you guys are all heading back.
And then we're gonna go right back to.
I'm when I step through, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, do you want to come with me, or is this your home?"
And you see that the flump kind of go.
I go.
Hey, Lurch, we adopted another thing.
No, he's
"Oh,
waving at you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
And it just kind of like stands there and stares at you.
I'll
We'll
step
miss
deeper
you.
into the house.
It's still just
Chilling.
outside chilling. Yeah.
Keep doing that. See if it happens. Do you want to meet Sam?
Uh-oh. Was this your... Oh, that is... Alright. So... Yeah. Well, this one is easier to get to, I think. It's Dan's been putting together a Hero Forge character there. So what is it like is there a
It's an
specific...
eagle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a specific race or just eagle?
It's an eagle person.
Eagle. I like it.
So
I
he's
like it.
sporting a baseball bat with a flintlock rifle with 2 flintlock pistols.
I like it. 4th of July.
Damn.
I like it.
I love
Alright.
that.
I am
All right,
adding that to my cart.
So you head back. You head back inside, and your flump friend does not follow you, but it is still.
He knows.
Yeah.
The theme to the Titanic goes on.
Yep.
Benny whistle solo.
Yeah.
Would you like me to play a tune on the piccolo?
No, it's
Dun,
okay.
dun.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you head inside, you see the flume basically turn around and kind of like float away into a different
Do we
alley.
hear gasps, and like, what the fuck? Is
No, the alleys were relatively quiet, and the streets were relatively quiet. So yeah, it floats away and tucks down as you guys head back into the manor.
The base.
What are you guys doing?
Dying.
We go over to the. I think it's the. Is it the black one that we need?
So you
Yeah.
where are you
Going-
heading?
We need to go to the forest.
To the old lady's house.
Oh, so heading back to New Haven.
We gotta find his wifey.
Okay. You're gonna find his wifey.
I must become young again.
Yep.
I will fight everything now.
Yeah. Okay. So I will find everything now. All right. So you guys head back through the door to New Haven.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Oh, what was that?
Okay, he gained 30 years. I feel like he should gain wisdom points then. Just saying.
He gained it overnight.
Oh.
I feel like age is not just your body physically aging is not
Yeah.
attributed to
Whoa, whoa,
gaining
whoa, whoa.
It
wisdom.
should,
What
honestly.
about our older viewers? You gotta watch what you're saying here.
Don't be ageist.
Physical age is not the same as mental age.
Whoa,
Okay,
is
so-
he a doctor or
Yeah.
something?
That's true.
That's what I'm getting.
I
at.
am.
Personally,
my
I've met a
doctor.
lot of 60-something-year-old men.
No,
that,
I am not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Oh my god. So it's
Alright.
unavailable, but I clicked bronze.
Oh man,
Is it pretty in bronze too?
Ooh.
shiny.
Is it in silver?
Very,
Can you get it
very
like
shiny.
in more expensive metals?
Okay. So you guys.
Right now with bronze, it's $219.
That is a.
So we're gonna
That is a
play-
miniature. That is a.
Plastic premium is $59.99.
Yeah. Okay. That's normal.
Plastic is $39.99.
Yeah, that's
How
normal.
much does it
though.
cost if you want the 3D print?
Bronze.
To download it, it's $7.99.
Yeah, it's like $8 to download it, which is.
We have the.
We can. We
3D
can
printer
try
if
that
you
if you wanted to. All right. Anyway, so you guys head back to New Haven through the door. It is probably about midday at this point.
Oh my god, it's cutting my hand.
What are you guys doing?
Can I offer suggestion?
It's midday. How far? We're in.
You are in New Haven. Yep.
Yes, but that's
Okay. And how far away is the trip to make it to Granny's house?
Half a day.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can get there probably
Over
by
the river,
by dusk.
through the woods, to grandmother's
guys are
house we
heading-
go.
Yeehaw.
On your way.
So you remember the first pose I showed you?
Yeah, there's another one. Oh jeez.
Do we still have the
Let's see if we can get.
the cart?
I love
The
it.
cart?
No.
Yeah, my cart.
Steve Rogers would be proud.
No.
Damn it. All right.
Unless you guys wanted to rent things again.
All right. Well, I'm starting to walk.
I think
I'm
the
walking.
wings are a
I'm
good
starting
touch.
to walk.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys make your way on foot this time, so a little bit longer than if you were to go by horses. But you do make your way there. A little bit farther along at night. It's
We go to the
Tired,
right.
Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
We have to go to the right this time. Remember?
okay. So you guys make it to Azula's hovel. What are you guys doing?
Is this what
It
happens
is
to
Knock
you?
on
basically
the
night.
door.
So I get up there and knock again.
Okay. So you walk up and you knock on the door.
Yeah.
You hear nothing.
I'm gonna ring the ding.
Okay, you ring the bell and and you hear this ding ding like
No,
echoing
ring
through the house.
ding.
Yep, and it's
Ring-ding-ding.
you're right. Just a minute. She answers the door and she answers the door and looks up and goes, "Ah,
We did it! We're back!
Boy, you guys are quick.
I know.
Oh, it's the Minutemen.
We made new friends.
Made new friends.
I mean, fair enough. Well, come in. Take care of your quest now. Come in.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right. So I walk in and go. Yeah. Come on, guys. I mean, I was going to be old forever.
Okay. So I'm assuming you guys all head inside.
Yep.
And she goes, "Okay, crystals. You brought crystals.
I give the one I got.
2 crystals. Okay. Is yours the one with the box or
No,
just
hers
Just
is
the
the
big
big one.
yours is the big one that's just okay.
That should be big enough for 2 crystals. We assumed one big one would work for you.
Oh no.
No, not 2. This enough
But we
for
just-
this.
we just
I need
walked
2.
So far.
One
I
for
take the
ritual.
box out.
One for ritual. One for payment.
How about some magic beans?
I have no count.
Look.
2 crystals. One for ritual. One for payment.
I think that's too
Can,
much.
and you can take care of any curses that are on the party then?
I love it so much.
Take care of all parties. Yeah, take care of all curses.
Okay, I'll take the box out then. I don't have the key. She's got the key, man.
Okay, so you hand the box and ooh, pretty box. Key.
Key ring. Like,
Okay. Do you pull off the key and hand it to her then?
I can't remember which one it
I don't
is.
remember what it was. Just
Make
Tries everyone.
Make an insight
Huh?
check.
Yes, Dad. I've made purchases on this website before.
I'm showing you my design.
That's
It's interesting.
Okay. You
It's 21 technically.
skim through the keys and you find one that you are pretty sure it is. And you pull that one up and do you hand her like the key on the ring or do you just like pull it off the ring and
Take
hand her
the
the
key off the ring.
Okay, yeah, so you
Can I
then
have
hand
the box back though? Please? You can have the crystal.
pretty box. No, but pretty box.
Then can we
Pretty
keep the
box
crystal?
wasn't a part of the deal.
What?
You know how to drive a hard pocket.
I'm a dwarf.
I
This
like
is how we play, baby.
I like you. She takes the key and pops it in, opens the box. It was the right key. Pops the box and goes, oh yes, Christy. Pulls it out and she's like, she looks at the box for a second, goes, hands you the box back.
I didn't touch
takes
it.
the
I
crystal
swear
and
to
goes,
God, I didn't.
yeah, right crystal, yes. Okay, and then she grabs like a jar, like a rather large kind of glass jar off the shelf, pulls it down and sets the crystal in the jar. Okay, and the other crystal, in the crystal, the big crystal.
Yeah, I handed it to her.
Okay, yeah. She takes that one. She goes, perfect. This will do perfectly. Yes. She goes and grabs like this kind of like leather bag, and like slides it into the bag, and sets it on the table.
And then
and,
tells
like-
Cody to bend over.
No, the next thing you see is
The
to just
suppository.
she like leans down under a shelf, comes back up with a hammer, and just right on the crystal, like in an instant, just like poof,
Damn.
and then just like. And she just shatters the crystal.
I cannot wait to be young again.
And she just keeps like hammering on this for a couple minutes until you notice like the bag with the crystal is suddenly much more flatter than it was. And she
We're gonna
takes
die.
the
Wait,
bag.
so it squished it like a pancake?
Or
She
made
takes
it
the
into
bag
powder.
and
the
dumps it into the
bag.
jar, and a nice,
And snorts it.
relatively fine powder
Snorts it. Exactly.
fills the jar with the other crystal inside, but fills the jar with the powder. Yes, just enough. Yes. And she goes, okay, water.
Me.
She had that.
Okay, yes, you have it. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so you hand it to her. She takes it and goes, oh, perfect. Yes. So then she starts.
I dumped the water on the floor.
Why?
Because Cody's being a fucker over here.
Don't do that.
I really.
We worked so hard.
We're not doing
I
that.
swear to the Lord above me, Nikki.
What about me?
Dan, she needs to
Cody.
be punished.
Okay. Done.
Choose youth for your character or being a dick.
Oh boy.
Hey,
What is your option?
hey man.
So
Those
so
are your
you take
options.
the flask, and you go like this, and she goes, "Hi," and like grabs it and stops it. Do not waste it. This is pure. This is no.
Pure elephant tears.
This is no. And she like gives you this like sad look of like, how
Petty.
could you do this? Like,
I'm sorry, she's a petty.
you know what I mean? Like wasting this. It's like,
Petty as
Yeah.
I'll get out.
and she's like, she takes it and goes, I liked you.
That's
Turns
gotta
away,
hurt.
like, yeah, and she goes back to what she was doing, and she starts pulling down different
That's
containers of ingredients and things off the shelf,
Oh, hello.
and starts.
More.
She pulls out this like big. Oh, jeez.
You're engaged,
She pulls out this
man.
big like marble,
One last fling kind of deal.
basically
Wait, I can
like
look,
a
I just
mortar
can't
and pestle
touch.
kind of
I'm
thing.
not married yet.
Big but large, very very large. Starts dumping all of these ingredients in there, and she goes, yes, I need out from my garden. I need some fresh mint and basil.
That's all her.
She's the plant guru.
Oh no,
We're
Karen.
gonna say
Botanist. Alright, I got you,
You and your
Grandma.
magic beans.
Okay, so you run outside.
I'll show you a magic bean.
So you run outside and find her garden, and pick a couple of fresh.
And I'm gonna just stick a few in the...
Stick of what?
I'm gonna just stick a few other herbs that I see
Whoa.
that are nice in my pocket.
Sure. Okay.
If there's nightshade, I may as well pick some up too.
Okay. You do not see any. But these are more like just regular.
Cooking stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You don't
I
Okay.
can make a
nightshade.
mean pasta.
But you find her
I
mint
do with
and you
nightshade.
find her basil leaves and bring those into her, and she goes, yes, thank you, yes. We need these for taste. Yeah.
Flavor.
And she throws those in the bowl and then starts like just grinding away at all of the ingredients in there. And then when she's done, she takes the flasks of the water,
Huh?
dumps them into the bowl, and just starts stirring this mixture. And by the time she's done, it's basically like this thick, like slurry mixture of
Can you say that
Yep.
again?
thick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Can she just take a handful
slurry
of it
mixture.
and just like Rafiki both of them?
Rafiki.
No, she's mixing this, grabs a glass,
She's gonna make you drink it.
like, and it like into the glass, like it just
Yummy.
flops into the glass. She hands it to you and goes, "Drink this, drink it, drink it."
So enthusiastic. I like
and
this
then he
lady.
throws up.
As you like stare at it, and look at it, she goes,
Do you have a
Drink.
spoon?
"No, drink it."
Do you have a
Chug,
spoon?
chug, 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 chug.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Chug,
Yeah.
chug, chug.
Drink it, drink it.
Chug, 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 chug.
Okay. Yeah, you drink it.
Yeah.
Do me a
Constitution
favor.
save?
Yeah, make a
Save?
Constitution save.
All right.
Do you want to see the little ones?
What did you roll?
Should I make it into a pyramid?
Did you roll a 1?
Yes.
I knew that was coming. I had a feeling. I had a good
And
feeling.
he pukes it back
What
up.
is your total?
1.
-2.
Constitution, you said?
Yep, Constitution saving throw.
5.
Okay. You only needed a 5,
Oh.
so you're fine. As you're sitting there chugging this, the taste is
Delicious.
It is the worst thing you have ever eaten, and you've eaten some pretty rank, questionable things. It is literally the most foul-smelling and foul-tasting thing in the world. You do get hints of mint and basil. Weird combination to go along with everything else that's in there. And you, as you're chugging, you go, "Ugh." But you can throw up a little in your mouth, but you choke it back down. You manage to keep it down
All right, cool.
for the most part. It kind of like dribbles down your face a little bit, and you're like, "Ugh," right? And you hand her back the glass, and you, "What?" Okay, yeah,
Tastes better than Worgen.
yeah. Yeah, good, yes. She goes, "Okay, you just sit down for a few minutes. Wait for me." And she goes and she grabs a big container of what looks like salt, and she starts. She pushes some other furniture aside and starts tracing like a runic circle in the center of her floor. Not a pentagram, but like it's a circle, and then there's smaller circles with other runic symbols and things in it. But there's no lines connecting. It's just a circle, not quite a pentagram, if that makes sense. And this takes her a couple minutes to trace this all out, and then she's done. Okay, yes, stand in the circle.
Okay.
Yes.
As soon as you
Yep,
sit,
stand in the
then
circle.
you're just like dead.
Yep. Okay, so you stand in the
Sent to other
circle.
realm.
And she goes, "Okay, let the ritual commence." And then she starts
Summon 7
chanting like
demons,
these.
they all rip you apart.
It's to you guys, it's just absolute gibberish, but you can tell that it's some sort of like arcane language that you've never heard before. Like even like spellcasters and other ritual casters, you've never heard this before. Like, and you can see kind of like as she's chanting, she's making hand motions and waving, and you can see kind of her eyes start to get this kind of greenish tint to them. You look down at your hands, and it almost has a faint green glow to it. You see the circle on the floor around you also starts to get a nice green hue to the white salt. And as she kind of continues this chant, she's circling around you and around the room with everyone in it, and she gets around the room and then gets close to Wade, and at this point she just gives you a shove and pushes you into the circle.
Ooh.
As soon as you cross the threshold of the circle, you guys hear just an ear-piercing shriek.
From him or just
Yep.
in general?
In general.
Okay.
It is incredibly loud. You almost start to get dizzy
Did you
from the
drink that
sheer
stuff too?
volume.
Nope.
Then you look down at your skin as you start to feel like you see this like kind of dark, shadowy, like smoke almost form around you, and then it starts to emanate from you, and then like it kind of pulls off of you and coalesces into a small demonic imp-like form that then almost
the person
instantly
behind it.
goes to attack Azulea. And as she, in a flash, she like sidesteps it, takes her cane and like whips it around, trips it onto the floor, scoops it up in the same motion, coming back, scoops it up and pins it to the wall by its neck. And she goes, and you hear her, she's just like trips it, scoops it up, and just points it to the floor. Bogartings, always bogarting around. Ugh. And then she pulls a small glass ornate jar, pops the cork off and moves it near the imp, and it gets like sucked inside the jar into a gaseous form inside the jar before she stoppers it, sets it down, and as you feel a sense of calm and release, and then you start to remember memories that you don't remember having. Alleyways where you step down yourself, that you didn't feel in control of yourself, walking up with your sword, tapping someone on the shoulder and stabbing them. And you're starting to remember multiple occasions where you don't remember killing people and you killed people. But these memories, you were not in control. You're like an outside perspective.
Character
Like
development.
almost watching from behind yourself as you watch this shadowy figure that looks like you, just sitting there, murdering people over and over.
Awesome.
Yep.
Does he recognize what towns it's in?
Just different random alleyways and places.
Oh my god!
Does he see a floof?
I've killed many.
Jesus Christ.
I've killed many
Yep.
men.
And
loved only one woman.
yep. So then,
I killed her too later on.
Oh Jesus.
so you remember this as you kind of come back to your senses in reality, she turns back to you two that are now in the circle. Chainbreaker. At this point, you feel an overwhelming, just sheer pain within like your stomach. You keel over and just start hurling.
And now your junk works
Yep.
again.
So you just vomit like just your entire
Everything
stomach,
you've
just
eaten in
everything
the
that you've
last
eaten in the
7
last
days.
just
You vomit up a
instantly just
flume.
blah, right up, along with all the mixture that you drank earlier.
Here comes the flume.
The puddle on the floor, as soon as it hits the floor and splats, you notice that it starts to form almost like a small, almost like Flubber. Remember the movie Flubber? Okay, it starts to form like a small little humanoid-shaped body with legs and arms.
Does it look like me?
No, it's just it is
Does it
very
look
like
like
round, flat, like just
If it does, I'm gonna eat it.
pool
So
of
like
Okay.
a bubble from SpongeBob, like
Yes.
Mr. Bubbles.
Yes, but it just
Yeah.
and it starts like it kind of stretches itself, and then it begins to kind of hobble towards the door
Take
and
my
pick up
fist and
speed.
smash it.
You are
Oh,
you are still reeling from this gut-wrenching pain
Can I
and
smack
vomiting.
it back into the thingy?
Before you guys can even react, Azula slams a large glass jar, just like a cookie jar, just poof, on top of it. Goes, "Where do you think you're going, little one? You need to stay put." And then she sits down on the jar and takes a rest and goes, "Yes, okay. You're
Does
good."
the jar start moving?
You
Watch.
see the little blob inside the jar, like patting at the jar.
Watch. Turns
Pink.
out that mist thing that came out of me was actually what's suppressing all my rage.
Whoa. I'm gonna start killing people.
Just
Azula starts
Just a
singing.
wade in a cage. Boo. Okay.
That
Yep.
sounds
So
like a really bad porno.
No.
so you see in
It's
this
silent
glass
one,
jar,
by the
you
way.
see this pool of animated vomit, just like trying to like punch its way, and like doing a very it's trying to punch its way through this glass jar, and like it hits it, and the whole arm just kind of like squishes, like it
Hey,
just,
look, there's a sausage in it.
yeah,
That's a sausage you ate.
and flattens itself, and like every time it tries, it just flattens itself against the jar. Your curse is gone now. Yes.
So how do I feel? How do I look?
So
Look like a
you
Goliath.
feel, despite the absolute just
Gut-wrenching
sheer
throw up.
pain that you feel in your stomach, as far as like the rest of you, you've never felt better. You feel
Do I have
invigorated almost.
Do I have my old bones still?
So, you look at yourself and you still see that you appear old, but you feel significantly better. And she goes, "Oh, don't worry, you're old. Just you need to go have a good night's sleep. Your body needs time to realign itself with reality." Yes.
I'm gonna go over and give her a little kiss on the forehead.
Aw.
Meanwhile, Wade's just like,
Then I'm gonna kiss him on the forehead.
And he stabs you.
Yeah, Chainbreaker walks over and like kick back on the forehead. Yep.
You're quite feisty today.
You weren't like that last night.
thinking to himself,
no.
I just killed a bunch of people I don't even know!
PTSD kicks in.
Right.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
It's so
Yeah.
pretty.
That's
So Azulea is
that's a knife.
Yes,
so
and I
you guys are you're all set to go. And she turns to you, Wade, and goes, sorry about that, by the way. Bogartins, very
He's got that
possessive, very
They're like bad
what's the
boyfriends.
word? Very possessive. They don't like they cause mischief. Very, very, very.
Mischief.
Very,
Murder is. We're calling
very
murder mischief
evil.
now.
So was that your
I
friend?
dispose of for you.
Was that your friend?
As you look around the room and you do not see your friend. Yep.
Buddy. It was my buddy.
Do I still have the coin?
Yeah, you have the
What's going on over there?
it wasn't a coin, it was something else specific, but yes.
Medallion, like a gold medallion?
It was like a
I thought it was an ox.
I think it was like an ox, yeah.
No, I thought it was a coin.
I'll have to look it up later, but
no,
yes.
I actually have it written on the card.
Okay, you do
myself.
have it still.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it worth anything? I'm just gonna
You
take
don't
it, take it out, look at it.
Show it to her. Ask her. Mischief.
Interesting. Shiny. Shiny. See?
All that trauma for nothing.
You don't want it? Okay.
I'm gonna point at it and point at the weird possessed thing in the little thing, the bottle.
Oh, so this. I Bogart him hide in this. I see.
Can't
It's
make
fine
it
now.
come out.
You no? I keep it then. Thank you.
Make up for shiny box missing.
Right.
That's like my payment. Like,
It's shiny. I keep it. Nice to meet. Okay.
there's blood on my hands I don't even know.
You're gonna have to live with that for the rest of your life, my friend.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Not much life left to live.
I'll
So
go.
does she have any doors?
Does she have any what?
Doors.
No,
Or
she
spare
does not
rooms?
have a key.
Nope.
Can I stay here for the night?
You're not old anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I feel.
Physically.
So
I
you,
feel.
so
I feel
physically you feel. You've
15.
never felt. Yeah, you feel like you are young.
But, like,
you feel like you
looks
feel like you
wise.
normally
You
do.
gained 3 years.
You still have the wrinkles and things.
Nikki.
Yeah.
I only took out two towers.
But basically, you just need like a long
There's
rest,
one down here.
and by the time a couple of days of rest, and you'll be back to normal.
You hit me in the shin with
Oops! There goes gravity.
Oh,
Push her.
I can't reach it.
You just gotta try
I
harder.
dropped it.
You just gotta try harder. Break snack pushes down.
Breaks on neck, pulls a Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh no!
Demonetized.
Yep.
Thank you, Adriana.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we are ever in need of your services, we will return.
With more shiny rocks.
Please do. Yes. I enjoy your company. Yes.
Oh.
Except the dwarf.
And then she kind of gives you this like, well, so both you and Verathan, she kind of goes like, you yes. These two not so much.
We'll
Pointing at you and at Verathan.
we'll leave him outside next time.
And Verathan, so you kind of get this like, Verathan gets this like,
Absolutely.
Remember he tried
Yeah.
to steal a bottle.
Yeah, I know. I made him steal a bottle.
Yep.
Okay, let's go. I feel younger already.
Good, good. Yes, your ghost is gone. I take care of it. She points to like the vomit jar, and it's still batting at the jar.
What
What
are you
was
gonna
it?
do with that guy?
Dice City.
For a short bit, I keep as a pet.
Yeah.
Then I get rid of him. It's entertaining to watch.
Freaking
To
weird.
get rid of him or to
I mean,
have
No,
him
no.
around?
I keep him as a pet for a few days. He's funny to watch. Good entertainment.
You let him out of this jar.
No, God, no, never.
Where do you dispose of him?
Set him on fire.
Bury
I
it.
handle that. No need to worry. Yes.
Because he's kind of my child. You know?
Oh my god.
Did you hear what I said?
What?
Turn him
Kind
into a
of.
sex dog.
Oh
Because
no.
she's lonely.
Kind of my child.
I mean, right? She's gonna have my child.
Meanwhile,
Pedophilia.
while
We
you
don't
do
talk to
that,
strangers.
well, he's
Okay, let's go. And then we're gonna.
Bye now, you guys. Safe travels.
I'm gonna
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
does anybody grab Wayne? Wayne's still standing there, freaked out.
We're just gonna like pull you.
Yep. I'll grab him by his elbow and just kind of.
Okay. Yep. So you guys.
Then I
At
noticed,
night.
I
Back
noticed
out.
he's kind of like slumped over, so I'm gonna pick him up and throw him on my shoulders.
Okay. So you kind of pick him up, fireman carry him.
I swear to good Lord
You're
Almighty.
having too much fun over there, I see.
I'm dying.
Very, very loud as well. Thank you. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be.
Okay, let's just.
It's not you, I'm more of her. Anyway. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so you guys head back
Oh my Jesus.
to so it is relatively dark at this point. You guys are making your way back to New Haven, I assume. Okay. For those of you, you will need some form of light source because it is
Come here.
significantly
Come
dark
here.
at this point.
Light.
You already used that today.
Oh yeah.
You used it. In the,
We got this
Okay,
all done
this
in
is
one
the same
day.
day that you went into the cave.
Okay.
Why'd you hit me?
Yep. So you'll need a torch or something like that.
It didn't work. What's going on?
Yep.
I'll
Use-
pull out
don't
my
do
torch.
this corner.
Sure. Yep. And then you guys head back to New Haven, and you arrive at New Haven
Find the nearest door.
rather late. You find the nearest door, head inside, and are back to the Lily Lake Manor.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'm gonna toss him on a couch. We got couches there, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
Does he
asleep. Why
not
you
have a
tossing
room?
me for?
He
I
has a
gently
room.
set him.
You you walk over and like slump him down, sit him back up on the couch, pat him on the head.
Put a blankie. Make sure he has a pillow. Grab him a nice glass of warm milk. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Gets up, goes over by fireplace, sits down on chair, and just goes.
So we should go back to New Haven and plug in all of our thingies into the.
Dude, we should long rest so I'm a young person.
Yeah, that's the plan. After we did the long rest,
Okay.
we're gonna
so-
go and investigate the
Fifth hour.
go stab all of our gems into it and see what it does.
All right.
So you say stab all the priests. I'm like,
Several
no!
days later.
Several days later.
Everybody
Yep.
long rest.
All right, so you guys take a couple of days to rest up from
Full
the
rest.
menagerie of different things that you
Bugger,
guys
did
have
you full
done.
rest?
This is Wade.
Yep, Wade
set
is
everything?
dealing with his
rest.
inner demons, and basically, the longer that
Fully
you start to remember more and more details, and the gist of it is,
You are a terrible human being.
I am.
your
actually.
friend was taking control of you when you did not know. To you, nothing had ever happened. You never have been to these places, but pretty much every time you were alone, walking somewhere,
Or asleep.
or, well, not necessarily asleep, but like after you were done in a shop in New Haven,
Yeah.
when you were walking back to meet the party, you sidestepped into an alley and stabbed somebody.
Oh!
Yeah. You're not sure who these people are, why you stabbed them, why you attacked them, anything, but you are remembering more and more details, little by little. For the number of people, you remember close to a dozen.
That's a surprise number he's using for later.
You have
Did he gain
no
XP from
you had no memories of these prior, but
No,
basically the
probably
more and more
just
that you
the
sit this,
doodad.
Bogart Imp, as Azulea called it, your friend had taken control and was using you to
Sorry.
do its dirty work,
And
per
she
se.
and it was
You've
trying to
had
tell
that
me
since we got the manor.
I think I got really close. I don't
Very
wanna
long
threaten you, I
time.
promise.
Yep. Yep, you've been in a sense possessed for a very long time.
when you say dozens, how many is a dozen? Usually a 12 is
You're
a dozen.
every time
The
that
baker's
you
dozen?
dozens.
Yep, basically the more
So
and more that you
13.
sit and reflect on it, the more and more times you remember. And it's slowly coming back to you. You're not 100% sure exactly how many instances or how many people.
Can I try and remember how many I could think of?
Was there any
you can
witnesses?
think of probably about maybe 16 specifics. Again, you have no clue who these people are. Your assassin skills were
That's what possessed
Um,
you.
She's hot.
is there really like an actual
Oh yes.
Oh, like I straight
I had her
this was
inside me.
Straight up I didn't know that it actually
Kinky.
well, all right, cool, it actually exists. I literally made it up. It's great. Fantastic. All right.
Or there's this guy. I think this is more closer to what Zach was thinking.
No,
Oh,
thank you!
yes.
I'll take the other
That
one!
is that
I'll
is
take the
This
other
is
one!
what I was
Literally, yes.
possessing, Dan.
That's Dan's child right there.
That was inside me!
yeah. No, legitimately. Like that's exactly what I was picturing. Is something basically like that.
I'll
A
take
little
the
bit
hot one.
more demonic and probably a little bit taller and
No.
more slender.
There
No!
we go.
No!
That, but with
no!
that face, the
Grandpa,
other face.
no!
Grandpa,
I was
yes.
like, this is, I literally, like, this was made up. Like, this is something that I straight up, I didn't realize it's
I like
actually a
that.
thing.
That one?
Sweet.
Tinkerbell,
Tinkerbell
Tinkerbell's
is
fine.
fine. Whoa,
She
whoa,
can be in
whoa,
me.
all
She
right,
can be in
hold
me.
on.
It's
There's
fine.
some Twilight Sparkle.
All right,
there
so-
we go.
I'm looking in a mirror right
Or
now,
that like
right?
that one.
I like that one.
Hey, he has your cage.
All right, hey. I'm looking in a mirror now.
Yep.
How do I look?
So the
You
droopy
scream.
face, the wrinkles under the eyes, have significantly disappeared. There's still hints of them in some places.
Okay, so
Um,
when I do
yeah, the-
bicep,
It's solid.
it's
There's
so
yeah. You're back to in this area. You're
So
perfect.
who all called me
But-
Grandpa?
But you can see like a little bit of the lines here and here, and a
I don't
little
need
bit
glasses,
in the
right?
cheekbones. No, you're fine. Like you're back to normal. And you're assuming that with how things have kind of cleared up, that it'll clear up within another day or so.
I'm gonna wash that eye patch, by the way.
Clean it.
Okay.
Real good.
Sure.
Real good.
Make a.
No! I killed 16 people, I think. I can't remember.
Make a.
I hope I'm not wanted.
Let's go with.
Pat. 17.
Survival? Survival, sure. Survival. Make a
Alright.
survival check.
All right, here I go.
It's the best I can think of.
You're not
A
gonna
whole
survive.
5.
A whole 5. Okay. You begin to wash the eye
Why didn't
patch.
you just give it to Lurch?
The smell seems to have
He'll do
disappeared.
that.
He would do that.
It literally shows up his butt and then comes out clean.
Yeah.
The smell seems to have disappeared for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah. It looks a little bit less
His butt's a
discolored.
mimic.
Oh, damn thing.
Give it to Lurch. Lurch would be able to clean it. It'd take a couple days, but Lurch would be able to clean
Just
it.
takes and
A
goes,
couple days.
it's clean.
All right.
Because
Do I
Lurch
see
would literally go.
So are you looking for Lurch?
I don't know, like what do one of these?
Okay. You don't specifically see him?
You have to summon him.
Oh no.
I'm not familiar with the house, guys. All I know is there's
Just
a
shout
So
button.
Lurch.
you look for him and you don't see him,
Yeah.
and then you stand up and you start to walk down the hallway like in search of Lurch.
Uh-huh.
And as you turn a corner, he steps out and, yes, You were looking for me.
Oh.
The house can sense you looking crazy.
Hey. Yeah.
But if you
What can I do for you?
You any good at cleaning?
Don't enjoy that.
What do you need?
I'm gonna like.
What do you need cleansed?
I'm gonna take the eye patch and be like, this. It's kind of bad.
It's bad.
You're not wrong.
It's kind of bad.
I will have this cleaned.
Appreciate you.
And as he starts walking off, like just arm fully outstretched, with
Little
just the
stench
just
fume,
the
you know,
little
just flying
like
on.
the least amount of like, and he steps out of view.
All right, cool.
Follow him.
A few hours later, Lurch! Lurch!
Is that
Oh,
to look
damn.
for it?
Yes! Lurch!
Yes. What can I do for you?
Look at these beans.
Look at these beans.
Where can I plant these beans? They're
Look at
magic.
them. Look at them beans.
put them in the basement.
Okay.
Rex the manor.
And you're
And he
suggested the
like he does
basement.
this whole kind of like
We were glowing.
you can plant them as you wish.
So the basement?
And
I will plant them up your butt.
Can you carry this around in your mouth for a few months?
So there's 8 beans. So I'm gonna walk over and be like, oh hey, I'm gonna take one of those beans that I definitely had to bring one of my friends over.
you didn't.
You don't
pay
remember
for
shit,
them,
Grandpa.
I
Sorry.
hey man.
You didn't pay for them.
Yeah.
Technically, they're the party's beans, so.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Lurch
I got the
just
discount.
says, no, I will not carry them in my mouth.
I was joking.
And you can see like he just kind of like stares off and blinks and like scratches his head and is like
I almost missed the board.
straightens his vest and he's just like, plant them as you wish.
Not in my mouth.
Yeah, not in my mouth.
All right, turn over, turn around, bend over, and cough.
I would recommend not the basement because
We should
the
feed
manor
per our
goes up.
per our past discussions, I did not even know the basement even existed.
So
prior
it's now
to you
off limits.
Yeah,
bringing
there's
it to
mushrooms
my
down there
attention.
too.
There's mushrooms.
We should feed the
I would
magic
recommend
bean
not there.
to the warden.
That's loud.
Quit complaining.
No.
Why not?
No.
So-
Alright, well, you know, despite the dwarf's ideas, I'm gonna go ahead and plant them a good distance away from the house just in case.
Okay.
One bean.
So you're gonna
And see
plant
how it
one
goes.
bean.
And then plant growth. See what it does.
Yeah! Let's do that.
Oh god.
We're not
Now
waiting
I
a
have
couple
to look
months.
this up because I literally.
You said
She
magic
doesn't even
beans do-
study them either. She just plants
She's
the
like,
sons
"Here
of
we
bitches."
go.
I don't remember if it's
Let's
in
play,
this book
boo!
or if
I
it
am
was
a young
in the
elf.
other one. So bear with me. I
I
have
mean,
to find
same,
this.
but like.
Hey, you wanna watch this? I'm doing something stupid. Wanna join me?
Sure. Sure.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure.
Let's do something stupid.
Uh-oh. It might not be in this book.
What's
It
that?
might not be in this book. No.
That's there.
All right, hold on. I have to find another book.
You're the one who brought up magic
I know.
beans.
We're gonna take a quick 5 minutes.
We'll take a quick 5-minute break. Well, like I said, I have it somewhere. I just have to find it.
Gorilla, this isn't even updated yet.
Huh?
I'm upset. I
What?
have 5 minutes until it updates.
What?
What talking about, Willis?
Nothing
I don't know what's happening. All right.
It's not porn this time.
yet.
Oh,
right.
oh wow.
We'll take a 5-minute break while I find my notes on what these. I didn't expect you guys to. I guess I should
They're
have.
magic beans.
I should have just expected you guys to just go, we're going to plant these right away and find out what the hell happens. I do have to find them to find out exactly what they do because I do not remember when I wrote these down as in the shopkeeper's inventory. You realize was probably close to 6 months ago. There is no description of what they do in these notes.
Then why
So-
did you?
6 months ago. I know I didn't look it up ahead of time. I was in a rush today. It's fine. We'll be back in a couple minutes for some more while I find my notes. shows how prepared I am. There we go. All right.
Right.
Stick around. We'll be right back for some more Legends of Galehardt.
Ah! Okay, we're good.
Did you? What did you do?
Nice. 10 out of 10.
It's not what I did. It's not what I did.
That needs to be fixed.
It's so bright. Cody was looking at it.
Well, that's your own fault. Welcome back to the stream.
I'm pregnant now.
Oh, God.
By the
Yeah,
seeds
alright.
of the sun.
I found it. I found what I was looking for. It was in the DMG. I had it written down wrong, which is why I couldn't find it.
Rookie mistake. That's strike one, man.
Yep.
Keep
You
stuff
should've
like
seen
that
what-
up and we'll bring Jack back.
You should have seen
I
what
mean,
we did
you're
with
not-
the other DMs.
So was it?
Should have seen what we did with the other DMs. You have plenty of foliage out that door.
I know. Yeah.
One of them is actually sitting on the stoop room.
There's more than just other DMs out there.
Like a rat.
We'll discuss it later. It's fine.
Got a little rat sitting up there with a little hat on.
And that was not what I was referencing, but
That's what we were referencing.
I mean, we'll discuss it later. It's fine. Does he know about the other Codys?
I didn't
Okay.
tell him about it, please.
Okay. Anyway, back to
Don't
what we were
tell him
doing.
about his replacement, Zach. Don't be a jack.
That's what drove the last one crazy.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Anyway. Okay.
Do you know how many times I've had
She's
that
a-
brick discussion?
Or how many
Okay.
times
Oh,
This took a
sides
turn.
go.
This took a
Anyways,
turn.
I just started blasting.
All right. Back to the game. Okay. So you go out back with your bag of beans.
I'm gonna watch from the door.
A bag of
I'm
beans,
following
bag
her
of
'cause
beans.
we're-
Everything's better with a bag of beans.
Okay. So
Heard we.
you have a bag with 8 beans. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go and do this thing properly
chili.
and find
You're gonna
the
make chili.
proper
Okay. There's like
type of dirt.
a relative sized
Go.
clearing
You're gonna find a golden
where
Middle
you
of the
could.
clearing. Dig a hole.
Yep.
Put it in there. Water it. And plant growth.
I don't know. I'll sing a little planting song while I'm doing it.
Okay, you're just planting just one, or what are you doing?
Planting a bean. I'm
Planting a
Or
bean.
would you
Hey,
like
don't
me
use
to
your
play
fingers
you
like
a
that.
little tune?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a little bit of
so
a
you
no,
take
I can't.
take
never mind.
one out of the bag.
Yes.
Okay, so you take one bean out of the bag,
I'm watching from the
dig
door.
a small little hole, put it in there, close it up, water it, and as you step back and you get ready to cast plant growth,
The ground starts to
the
shake.
ground starts to shake.
Boy.
Roll
Patriot missile
percentiles.
shoots out.
Everyone or
Roll
just her?
percentiles for me.
I'm
just
gonna pull out-
Adriana.
I'm just pulling out my sword like, yeah, I've been waiting for this
Bug.
one.
You don't have
Hey,
It works again.
I think you're real funny, huh?
Yeah.
That works.
This.
What'd you get?
62?
Yep.
Hey, I did math.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
54
You
is like
hear a
Roll for
rumbling.
initiative. So,
the plant tries to eat her.
It's just a rose that just gives you the finger, and that's it.
I'll take it.
Sandra gets impaled. End of character. Sorry.
You
Oh
start
no!
You start to hear a rumbling
Oh, no.
in the ground where you planted
That's just
the
Chainbreaker's
beam.
stomach.
You take a couple of steps back as you feel it get more and more intense. You start to see the ground where the beam was start to shift and start to be pressed up from underneath.
Are you gonna tell everybody else
Where
in the house? Are you
suddenly,
gonna tell everybody else in the house?
no, I'm just excited. I'm like,
suddenly, a rather large belay.
Belay.
what?
We're adults.
Belay
Oh
sprouts
no!
out of the
For
ground.
fuck's sake!
And
Whoa! What?
see that?
No! 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 No!
I
No!
you rolled for it.
Maybe I should have stuck it in the basement.
You rolled
Maybe he
for
should
it.
have shoved it in his mouth.
Um,
Left it in there. Probably a puppy might fall out.
Yep.
hey guys! And then I'll just start going for it.
Yep. It is a very hungry boule.
Feed it,
is staring
feed it,
right
feed it,
at
feed
you
it, feed it, feed
Sandra
it,
needs
feed
to
it.
yell for Lurch
All right.
to get some food.
as it burrows itself out of the ground. And
You
begins.
have a thingy for this.
I do.
You have a miniature for this.
Oh, I don't.
Oh.
I do not.
Oh,
Not
that's
anymore?
right.
Nope, not anymore. But I will find something to use.
All right, so
Okay.
Very
You see
unprepared
that guy
for a
behind the
boule
sign?
to pop out of the
Here,
ground.
here,
But
my
you
thumb
rolled
will
for it.
represent it.
Yes.
You
Oh,
rolled
shit, this
for
guy.
it. It
Look at
is
this
Hey,
guy.
yeah,
not.
just pull
I'll
that
say
guy.
that's similar.
Just pull that guy.
Talk to it.
That guy.
Talk to it.
How's that guy?
Talk to it.
Sure.
Talk to
Yeah.
it.
We'll
Talk
use
to it.
that.
Talk to
What
it.
is- well, hold on. How big is it?
Animal speaking.
Animal speaking? Yeah. Do you think that'll work?
You're gonna try and
It
talk like
bursts
this.
forth from the ground, Adriana.
Alright, let's try and use the animal speak.
Oh, it is
Speaking
large. So yeah,
Be
that'll
like,
work.
Hey, if you just
It is
chill
large.
for a
It
minute,
is large.
like,
That'll work.
we'll
Look at this.
get somebody
I'm
to
your
go
mother.
Get your food. I planted
That's
you,
Nikki's
ergo
hair.
I birthed
Yeah,
you.
hairs everywhere.
We'll
Alright,
feed
so-
you one of the horses. Better yet, get that dog. Where's that mutt?
The dog. We could definitely use a
the
dog
warg?
for this one.
That thing, yeah. Feed. Here, there you go.
You need to
Upgrade,
feed
Adriana.
it.
Feed the warg to that thing, so that way you can have Steve too.
No, you don't understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to create a zoo.
And
I'm-
completely piss off
I'm
Lurch.
trying to fight.
Oh boy.
I'm
Adriana, you should do
You
plant
about to
growth,
make me
so
end up.
you should do plant growth around it and make a cage kind of deal.
Spank it.
That sounds like so much work. Spank it?
Yeah.
I'm
Bad.
Maybe.
Bad boule.
I got a
Coming from
two-handed
France.
spanker
I don't
right
know.
here.
Cody,
What?
Where's
Look at
the
this thing.
house?
I
Where's
mean,
the
like,
house on this?
She said quite a ways away from the house, so
I have a question. How'd you bury it in the dirt when it's all brick?
very careful.
well,
I
if
learned
you,
a few tricks from my
if you
dwarven
remove the
friends.
tiles,
Brick.
it would be grass.
Oh, the
The
weird
what?
purple worm thing. That's not a boule, but we're gonna use it because that's what we have or what I have. Yeah. Okay.
I was saying we should use the dragon that's back
The
here, but
people
he's not
can't
okay
see
with
the
that.
map.
Oh, there's a dragon that's back there.
Yeah, there's one behind Cody's head
Oh, this
that
guy?
would work.
Oh
He
no,
looks
he's too
kinda
heavy
heavy.
on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, we'll make this thing in.
All right.
Or I'm sure
so
we have like a Minecraft miniature or something.
I would say the only difference between this and what he's speaking of, it's like armored, like a single armored plate is what it looked like.
yeah, it's basically think like a shark.
Legs.
On land.
But with
Perfect.
legs and it burrows itself underground.
It's a good thing I did plant all
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Back
What
around,
was
grab
that?
it.
Good thing I didn't what?
Plant all
Plant
eight,
all 8
of
of them at once.
If you planned all 8, it would have been something completely different. There's an entire table that you roll for, and everything is completely different. Why? Stop it, please.
Hey, those are tied to traumatic memories for me.
Okay, so you two were out there. You were at the door, so we know that.
Wade's
We're
moping
all
somewhere.
just in the house.
Wade's
Well,
Most
I'm,
of you guys are
I'm
in
back
the
in.
house.
I'm back in my shed thing.
Oh, okay. You'll awaken from your shed thing. Okay.
You mean your hot springs?
All right.
Okay.
So no, just use the
No.
use the other thing.
No.
I feel like I'm torn between my mother and father.
Which one do you love
Who will
more?
be more disappointed?
Just use that.
Mommy?
That'll work. I don't know if you guys can hear that through the mics or not.
Put it up by the microphone. No, just put it by the microphone.
Oh yeah, good idea. Here we go. Ready? This is how a normal player clicks a mouse, and this is how I click a mouse.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody. Oh boy. All right. Anyway.
Ready for round 2?
He was like, he was up here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say place
Just imagine if we
you
had
guys
all of
probably
ours
about
in
maybe
unison.
15 feet away from it.
Are they 5 feet?
They're 5 foot. Yep.
And I started running as soon as I saw it.
Okay,
crawling
so
out of
you
the-
come from the house, so we'll put you over here, and I will say, Anira wakes up from her thing and starts charging.
Get your fingers out of there. You're a
Okay.
big girl.
I'd still have to get dressed though.
Nope.
No, naked, just.
I'm
You're-
not coming out naked.
Then you're
Get
not
to swinging.
you're not in this fight then.
No.
It's gonna take you probably about 5-10 minutes to don your armor.
I have leather armor.
All right, never mind. That's
She
fine.
sleeps in it.
She
It's like
sleeps.
her lingerie.
No, wait, no, I could
She
still
comes
wear
into
it.
the room
I
just
would just
like-
be soggy.
I mean, you
Look,
could.
it's
Yeah,
Leather.
let's do that. I was
Just a bust
I was
out.
bathing in my stuff.
I like chainmail.
Hey, do you think this is a good busting out time, or do you think I should wait?
Wait till
Just
you
like
get into the
fucking
fight.
leaves,
Then
just
do
like-
it.
I'm sorry for killing your vibe.
She don't
Okay.
like leather. She's not for me, man.
I prefer chains.
Roll for initiative.
Do they?
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Adriana, roll for initiative.
14.
Do I add anything?
Okay. For Sandra. Sandra gets 14. Okay.
14 for me as well.
14 for Lena. Okay. What did Chainbreaker get?
So you gotta roll for warg
No.
too. Like your
7
warg went with
7.
you.
Your warg is just on the same.
turn.
Is her,
It's on the same turn.
even though
Okay.
it
Yeah.
has. Does it have a separate initiative?
Does not have a separate initiative. Okay. So 7 total. 7 total.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Anira,
It's a
what
little
does
bit
Anira
different,
roll?
Gotta have a lot of trust.
You're gonna be a couple. You'll be a round or two behind. But what'd you roll?
I didn't roll one.
Roll for initiative.
19.
Total. Okay.
What?
You will still be. You will not be here for a round or two, though.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
We're banned by stream. No,
Because it's a lamp.
Okay. Lysandra,
That's me.
you see a belay
No.
in front of you. What are you doing?
Try animal speak on it first.
Well, first I'm gonna go.
Animal speak and then offer food.
you're gonna go.
Yeah. Be
Oh,
like, hey,
shit.
Hold-
Hold on.
piece? You want some
Lysandra needs to get her smart ass out. Well, this isn't what I expected.
Land shark.
We were hoping for giants, but instead we get this.
A giant?
We're hoping
How about
for
a giant land shark?
beanstalks.
And what I did,
No,
climb a
I was
beanstalk.
hoping like climb the beanstalk, kill a giant, take his golden goose that makes golden
Whoa,
eggs.
whoa, whoa, whoa! I speak.
I could have remembered the elder elf telling me a story of magic beans turning into beanstalks. But I
You're
guess
taking
a
the house
giant
with it.
shark would work too. Okay. Animal speak.
Okay. So you cast speak with animals.
Offer food.
Hey, buddy.
Hungry.
We have food that is not us.
You are not there.
Shush. Shush.
Fine, talk
Okay, let
then.
me talk to my pets. You hungry? You hungry?
I can't wait to
You
tell this
hungry?
thing.
What you hungry for, boy?
Hungry need food.
What kind of food?
You look tasty.
I'm all skin and bones, my friend. I can find you a nice meal.
I don't know, dude. That
How do you feel about horse?
turns are 30 seconds, right?
Yeah. So you, you basically see it, and it is now staring you down.
like
Hungry.
Well, do we have any cattle? Lush!
You can do plant growth on
Yep.
blueberry bushes and that stuff.
It's a giant shark, Nick. He doesn't look like it's a vegetarian.
But it's food.
So I'm gonna say that that's your turn.
Hey, buddy.
Unless you're doing, what else do you want to do? Do you want to back up? Do you want to move or anything?
You should go.
I'm gonna pull some like beef jerky out of my pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you
Throw it to
doing with it?
Throw it to him.
Yeah, I'll just toss it in the air.
Okay.
I'll go. Look at this. You got food? Cha!
Okay. All right. And then are you doing anything else, movement-wise?
I'm gonna back away slowly.
Okay.
How far back?
How far back?
I'm amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
So you see it follow the beef jerky, and it hits the ground, looks at it, looks up at you, and you hear it go, "Food," as it stares straight at you. Okay, so that's you. Elena, what is Elena doing?
I'm just gonna follow her and see where the talking's gonna go, because I don't want to attack if we're potentially not going to kill this thing. So I'm
Yep.
just gonna
So
take
you
a step
see
back.
her starting to kind of.
Get a little bit nervous.
Yep. So
Yep.
I'm gonna step back with her, and that'll be.
Yep.
Be what I do.
Okay. Chainbreaker. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeehaw, motherfucker!
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Here, let's do a slow
Tonight
one.
has.
So here, let's getting ready for some war here. So let's see. Let's move to like right here.
Okay, so that's your regular movement, and
Yes,
then you take a
sir.
dash. I mean, you can put yourself basically in between Lysandra and the Boule if you want to.
Let's say like right here.
Just behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be like, this one's mine. I'm ready.
Okay. Anything
I
else?
was born for this. I'm
Do you
young
draw its
again.
attention? It's currently focused on Lysandra. You draw its attention.
Can I do that with my second movement?
So I mean, you dash up. You can get
You
in
could
front of
literally,
her as your for
like,
your
take-
full dash,
Yeah.
and you can
Well-
you can say this one's mine as you move past.
Yeah.
Do you want to like
Yeah.
you could get
That's what-
basically right it not there but one space back
In its
Alright,
mouth.
and either there or one over. Where do you want to be?
I'll be like right here. That'll do. Like
Okay.
right there.
All right. So yep, you're like this one's mine as you move past.
Mhm.
Okay. Then we go to the Boule. All right.
He's probably gonna eat him.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Ow!
You.
Sorry.
What happened? What?
Don't do myself.
Ah. Well, I mean, you should be a little more careful then.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right, Lysandra, you hear her go, hungry,
Oh,
as it
no.
starts.
Someone
Okay,
get
stands
him
there.
a Happy Meal.
Does Lurch like not hear us bellowing for him though?
House, defend
Uh,
yourself!
Yeah, Lurch hears it, but I mean,
just
Lurch
doesn't
still
care.
He's not in the house.
he's
I
not
know, Corey. Am I right?
hasn't had a chance to react yet.
Did Lurch roll for initiative too?
I've got yes.
Yes!
I have his actions or the house's actions taken into account.
Dude, Corey, do you freaking
Um,
see this thing, dude? Check this out.
It is not
It's pretty
the
big.
correct thing, but it's,
It's
pretty big.
It's a
Um,
land shark. We're
It's a boule. We're calling that a boule today. It's not a boule, but I don't have a miniature for a boule. And
come
Magic
from
Bean
France.
spawned a
Oh, dude.
boule, so we have a boule to fight.
Oh, can we
I was
find
thinking it was
can we find one of his relatives a creme brulee?
Those are tasty.
What do you think boule tastes like?
Um,
What if it's just a normal boule, but you just
Chicken.
put like caramel on it?
Okay, so you see it go, basically goes, hungry, looking straight at you, and it leaps just from a standstill, just through the
Frog
air.
hops?
You see it go about 15 feet into the air and 30 feet on top of you, like a cat pouncing from across the way.
Dead.
I am your mother!
Bye.
You need to make a
jeez.
either a strength or a dexterity saving throw. Your choice.
Shit.
Whichever is better for you, make that.
Let's go with dexterity.
Oh!
What'd you get?
Oh no.
No.
Did you roll a 1?
Oh no.
Was it better than
Did
my?
you roll a
The
1?
5 with the modifier.
What'd you get?
A 1 plus 4.
You rolled a 1. Wow, there's lots of 1 saving throws today.
This is
Well,
what I
mine-
get for
alright.
trying to save animals.
Bye.
Rip Lysandra. Killed by her own curiosity.
Right.
Killed by
Those
the
damn
beans.
magic beans.
Let's see if we can run all over again. You go up its butt like a
Quick
suppository.
question. Is this towards the front of the house or the back of the house?
The back of the house.
Could I go to the house, ask for a leg of lamb or something? From the kitchen?
I mean, okay. This thing is considered a large monstrosity. It takes up the space that the purple worm miniature takes up, That's how much space it takes up.
I'm gonna go get a horse.
Okay.
She's sacrificing one of our pets, guys.
And then ride it. Then I'm gonna ride it
Lysandra.
to.
Yes, that's me.
12, 16, 22. You take a total of 22 points of damage. 16 of that is bludgeoning, and the other is slashing. I don't think it makes any difference for you, but you take a total of 22 points of damage. You are also
Pinned.
Yep, you are also knocked prone. You push back 5 feet into an unoccupied space, your choice of direction.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
About right there.
And then you're prone.
That's she gotta be prone.
So as prone, your only movement option is to crawl unless you stand up. Standing up is your turn.
Damn it.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls, and any attack roll against you has advantage if it's within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
Okay? Alright. That is its turn.
You weren't here when I
We
sacrificed
go
a horse to a
to...
werewolf.
Okay.
I literally staked it to the ground using a meat shield.
She has a thing with horses.
I guess.
That's
That
a
thing being
Where's
she
the light
hates
ring?
them.
Okay.
Don't touch my ram.
I took a horse. I was gonna get a goat, and then I'm like, nah.
Horses are bigger anyway.
Okay. You are all concerned with how far back are you? 5 feet. And then prone. There you go. Okay. Suddenly you guys are there and you hear as a couple of arrows fly over your heads. One hitting the boule. Lanet
Oh, my man, come to save the day.
has joined the fray. He manages to land one hit, dealing a total of 20 points of damage.
Good job. Thank you, Lanet. What?
No one fucking looked at me, so I'm upset. It broke.
What happened? Oh God, no! I don't. How long ago was that in the chat? I hope that's.
I'm screenshotting that, please and thank you.
What happened?
Oh no!
Oh, I love every part of it.
What just happened?
Dude, nothing.
Nothing,
Just my friends
just
embarrassing me.
No,
Just
that's
ignore
not,
it.
not what
What
we're
he's
talking
talking
about either.
Oh well, I'm referencing the chat here.
That's what I
My
thought
chat
you
didn't
were.
even. It's not even showing
I'm
what's in
I'm
the chat.
assuming this is something different.
Oh, I'm about to
Okay.
send it to the group chat, don't worry.
All right, that's fine. I will look at this later on. Okay, we move to Lysandra. What are you doing?
Bad! Bad Sharky, bad! I'm gonna reach for the pocket knife.
Throw a bean in its
Okay.
mouth.
Oh my god,
Ah.
it sprouts
sounds
in its
gross.
stomach.
It's another
I
one.
don't think that's a good
This
idea.
is not
I
working.
mean, you could try it.
It'll bounce back.
No, I'm going to use that one knife, the pretty one that goes.
That sends people flying.
Yeah,
The dagger.
yeah.
Okay.
Don't you mean?
Take it out of my wiggle and stab.
Okay. Make an attack.
It flies
I
up, goes
believe
back
you
down
rolled-
on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Roll with disadvantage.
With the fancy dagger.
Yep.
How do I do that on here?
So
You roll
just
twice.
roll and then roll again. Take the lower number.
Oh my god.
8.
8. Otherwise it would have been a 27.
Does that include your proficiencies?
With
Yes,
this,
it does.
yeah, it does. So you
Things down.
you make an attack roll and it
It bounces off.
well,
She
you're
can't
just
reach it.
like wildly like you don't manage to hit it.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Is it still saying huggy?
Yeah. It's still staring at you with very hungry eyes.
Hungry eyes.
Uh-oh, Prez is in the chat.
Dude,
And he
I
is
don't even
dissing
There
on
it
you
is.
immediately.
Yep. Every time. Welcome to the chat, Prez. All right. So you attempt to slash at the boulet and fail miserably from your boulet that grew out of your magic bean.
To our new viewers, don't
Yeah.
lay magic beans.
You rolled for it.
Don't
Trust me. This actually is not the worst thing you could have rolled.
Oh, okay.
Granted, there's a lot of
okay.
things that are a lot better, but this is.
Dude, I get a plan.
There's
next
some
meeting.
weird things that you could have rolled off of that.
Next time we're gonna have the house ready too.
Yeah. All right. So.
This is why we should have planted it in the basement.
Okay.
House could have digested it.
All right. Anyway, do you want to do anything else, like stand up, for instance, or try to crawl away?
What's
Yeah, I'm gonna
crawling
try.
movement speed?
I'm gonna stand up.
Okay, so you stand up. That's your movement.
All right.
Okay. All right. We go to Elena. What is
don't do
Elena
it.
doing?
I'm gonna attack.
Attack. Okay.
Ooh, not a very good attack, but an attack nonetheless.
What's the
14.
total?
Hell yeah.
14 will not hit.
Can't kill what's already dead.
Gosh darn. Can I
Second attack?
attack a second
Yep.
attack?
21. Not.
So 21 will hit.
Sweet. Where's the D8? It's hiding.
Roll your damage.
8 plus 1 plus something. I don't know. 6.
How much?
14 total.
14 damage. All right. Takes 14 damage. Okay. Anything else from you?
I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Lysandra, did Steve want to do anything?
Yeah, does Steve want to help me?
Steve has been in shock for a bit.
Steve's
He's
like,
what? He's like, they planted a bean and this? What? What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Chainbreaker.
oh,
What is Chainbreaker doing?
Brandon says he's on his way.
I'm gonna
just so
start
you
swinging.
Brandon is coming then.
know. Yes.
Okay. We'll scoot him in at some point here then.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
gonna start swinging, man.
Yep.
All right,
Swear
taking my
God.
first swing here.
There it goes.
16.
Hey, Chainbreaker, you can have this as a pet.
That's before.
His hand's back, holding out.
Just love me.
Okay.
Can I also go into a rage?
Sure.
All right, I'm raging.
Yep.
22.
22 will hit.
All
Roll
right.
the damage.
Let me love you. Let me love you.
All right.
All
Yep.
right. All right. Here we go. All right. Bada bing, bada book.
Yeah.
Damage. How much?
21.
21 points of damage. Okay.
Second attack.
Second attack.
Oh, second attack, he says. Alright,
That's
that's yeah, that's attack.
What do we get?
17.
17
Well,
will hit.
well, 19 with rage. All right, let's
Okay.
try this again.
Yep. So 19 will hit. Damage.
He's over here. Getting a freaking horse.
So I can have my pet and he can be less hungry?
Yes.
Thank you.
16.
16 points of damage.
You offered that,
Okay.
so I took it.
Then I'm
Right.
gonna yell at a belly and scream, "That's what I was waiting for!"
Okay. Anything else out of you?
What's that fluff we needed?
Hey, you.
Hey,
Anything else? No?
Are you gonna respond to me telling you, hey, you can have this one?
I'm gonna say,
Ah! Oh, Brendan. They're fighting a boule that they planted a magic bean in the ground and sprouted a boule.
Grandma always told me that they would be beanstalks.
I'm
it's a little different.
France.
It's a shark thing.
Oh.
it's a land shark.
So you planted.
I planted
something that
a
is
magic
magical.
bean and out sprouted a boule. Yep.
That's
But we have a purple worm miniature because that's what I have.
Yep.
And I'm,
All right.
Close enough, really.
and
Close enough,
I'm not
yeah.
old anymore. That was the thing.
Okay, so what'd you do?
Attack twice.
Attack twice. That's it.
And I bellowed. This is what I was waiting for.
Okay. Then we go to the boule. It turns to you, roars, and attempts to attack you.
Does it say anything, or does it just?
Chainbreaker hears a
Roar.
What is she?
loud roar. Lysandra hears a loud roar.
Oh, yay, roar.
Yeah.
Rawr, XD.
Ooh.
Like I said, what did you get?
What is your AC again?
What did you roll?
What did I roll? Probably not enough.
18.
Yeah, no, not enough. But it's then going to attempt to take a second attack at
Oh,
you.
okay.
What was your AC again?
18.
That one will hit you.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
You fucked, buddy boy.
Yeah, right, dude.
I'm rolling d12s.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you don't have to do disadvantage anymore.
And I'm
Yeah.
rolling d12s.
4d12s.
Uh-huh. So 5,
need more d12s?
I normally don't roll that many d12s. What is it? 14, 17. You take 21 points of damage.
21
Oh, thank you. 21 points of piercing damage.
of piercing damage. Alright, 2 seconds here.
As
Yeah.
it's basically its giant, like, beak claw, like.
I do have resistance to piercing while I'm in rage.
Ditto.
There you go. So you take, I believe it's half then.
What was it? You said it was 20 something?
21, so
You're weird, I like it.
take 11. We'll round up.
Okay.
You should
That's
see
what I'm
some of
gonna
the
go
weird
with.
shit that I do on a daily.
You. Mismatched socks. You're a rebel man.
No, all the cats decide to rip up my socks and you find matching.
I'll have to. We'll
I
have to
have a
bring
brownie
up
that hides my things.
the things here in a bit. Okay. All right. So that is the boulet.
Definitely pecked at me.
Hates my toad socks.
Oh
Anira,
god.
Rides in on a
Takes me around
horse?
Nikki's house with some toe socks.
you are riding across on a horse. What are you doing?
How far does the horse go?
All the way.
Well, you can make it up there.
Okay.
Alright.
I want to pull up right next to the horse, or right next to the thing.
Alright, here. Even better. As well as I planned.
Okay.
Horse.
Horse is
I'm
like,
going
what the
to
fuck?
jump
And you're
off.
like,
Oh,
bye.
Is this the horse that I fed a carrot to?
Right into its mouth.
Oh no.
Do I need to roll the percentiles to see which one it is?
Please, actually, yes.
I'll do it.
Sacrifice it so we can get a horse.
Did you even grab my sheet?
You're not 100% sure.
Oh no.
It's here. It's
I have
it's here.
animal
Where
speak.
is it?
I know what's going on.
Okay.
What's it saying? Oh no!
It is
Yeah.
upset.
So this horse is riding in, and as it gets closer, it's like, what? What is that?
Oh no!
What?
Oh,
Why are
This is what your life has become.
I'm
What
gonna-
is this?
I'm gonna jump off.
Yep.
Stake down the reins and go. Sorry, my friend, and slit its throat.
You're gonna slit its throat.
Oh my god!
Hold on, I missed key elements. Is there a sacrificial horse?
I guess so.
Yes.
Sorry, Wade's not even there. He's in the house moping.
That's what it gets for not eating my
Not the
purple
one that you
carrot.
fed the carrot.
Probably, it's probably like the Clydesdale he rode when we faced that troll.
Yeah, it's not the Clydesdale, is it?
Okay, you jump off the horse and slit its throat.
Okay, then I'll go. Oh, hey, look, food!
Does he take it?
Or is he?
You see the boulet look down at you, look down at the horse. That's about it.
Oh
For
no!
now.
Kill the horse.
You say, "Look, food," and point to the horse. Yep.
As I'm crying.
Yep. Okay, that's Anira.
Yep, that's me.
Zach, do you know where my character sheets?
They are somewhere over there.
I'm so
There's a
scared.
clipboard.
Okay.
Aim again. Aim
Okay,
again.
Lanet is going.
Do you like my battle glasses?
So you get
It's what I
to
wanna
open your
fuck.
Can you scream America or no?
I said, let's go,
And
motherfucker!
Lanet will
Thanks.
miss.
I feel like a proper elf now.
Lysandra. What is Lysandra doing?
I'm crying.
And now there's something wrapped around your head. Sweet. Okay. Cool. What are you doing?
How did
I
that
keep
happen?
missing things. I look away and then it's.
There's something new.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Do what a
bunch
young
in this one that
Jedi
you're gonna need to
Jedi
like,
did
just go
once.
through.
There's a
Of
what?
us
Get
just
into the
fucking around
horse.
with
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah. What? What is Lysandra doing?
Lysandra is
This is gonna be my next character.
trying to talk to the shark
His
thing
name's
again
all the same.
Okay.
and being like, "Hey, here's some
baseball
food.
bat.
You're hungry? Eat this.
Now, see,
Eat
make
this!"
sure that that's
Okay.
at least white, blue, red,
Okay.
or however you're gonna
Um,
do
Anything else?
that. Just for the
Moving the
ladies
fuck
at the
away.
very least.
Okay. Where would you like to move?
See what has those.
I'm assuming you're gonna call Steve back or.
Just grenades.
Steve!
Yep.
What a chicken ass dog. Tell you what.
Okay, he's supposed to be rehabilitating. He needed a better life.
Okay. Anything else from Lysandra?
Yeah, too bad that horse won't know what that's like.
Nope. Okay.
Tears, lots of tears.
Lots of
Level
tears.
away from resurrection.
Elena. What is Elena doing?
I'll take a shot.
Okay, go for it.
I'm working on it. I got these new things here. 23.
Is it a natural 20?
No.
23 will hit. Roll the damage.
14.
Okay.
Again.
14. Next attack.
Yeah, doing it again.
Go for it.
24, not natural.
That'll hit.
Sweet.
Damage.
14.
All right.
Yes.
14 points of
Roll
damage.
it again.
All right.
13.
Okay. Is that it for you then? Do you want to move or anything?
Yep. I got a bow, so I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, the hell up.
Yep. We'll
Bring
go
it
back
up.
there. I'll go over by Lanet.
All right. Chainbreaker.
Chainbreaker.
I'm ready to fight. You see this right here? This is my fighting cube.
My
not a
fighting
cube.
cube.
It's my
not a
fighting
cube.
cube here.
It's not a cube.
It's not reliable today.
Oh, he's rolled a couple
15.
ones.
15 will not hit.
Alright. Second attack.
Yep.
It's right here's your fighting die.
21.
That'll hit. Damage. Roll the damage.
Alright.
You just killed a horse.
I killed a horse. I'm the one who sacrificed the horse for the good of mankind.
Wait, what if we try and keep it alive now that, like, let's get it to eat the horse. See if it calms down. I want to talk to it.
That's where I was at. I was like, he's hungry.
Anybody want a zombie horse?
13.
Yes.
Well, how much? 13. 13. Okay. It
How's
takes
How's this
Just need
big
to know
nasty
how many
worm
it
days
takes
will it last
13
before I
points
need
of
to get a new
damage
one.
as you come across to
Why make
hit it.
friends
You
when
manage
you
to
can
just get in the
resurrect
right spot because you're using your sword, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. You manage to
My
come
brother's-
up and just right
my
up
brother's
underneath
dead.
the chin and just
Else you have my bow.
you
Dwarf,
have
and my axe,
slain
necromancer,
the
and your
boulet.
brother.
Oh, these are my fucking glasses. He's dead. I'm sorry.
And you click it and it starts blinking slower.
Yes.
He's calming down. That's what that is.
Slowly
He's coming out of
the
rage.
Yeah, he's no longer in a rage.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Wayne's looking out the window at what just all occurred. Just
Yep.
That thing-
Okay,
Alright,
so
I definitely-
you kill the boulet.
Me
Yes.
too.
Okay.
Alright,
We
so
killed
I'm just
it.
gonna kind of like,
Put that back.
I feel real
Put
good
that
about
thing
that
back where
one.
it came from, or so help me.
Okay.
Can we see a picture of that thing one more time?
Can I smack him?
Me?
You just made us kill
We
a
were
horse.
trying to keep it.
The boulet.
I have
Can I
another
take one of
bean.
its like,
Do
one
it!
of its like little
I
claws?
need to recover.
little
first. I
claws.
took some good damage.
Sure.
Alright.
You take
And how do you spell that, by the way?
boulet.
Yes.
Bullette.
Does it have shin bones?
I mean, I guess maybe.
It is a shin.
It does.
It doesn't
It
have
doesn't-
shins.
It doesn't. It
It's-
doesn't show
No
up
shins.
past like the waist. You don't know if it
Yeah.
has legs or if it's
I mean,
got like a
it's-
tail.
Can we
or
say that it
Kinda.
has shins?
It is
you,
a shin.
You take your sword and start hacking away, eventually getting off a claw, or
Okay.
like a basically it's
How about some
toenail.
teeth?
It's
What
a
teeth?
rather
It's
large
a beak.
Oh, it's a beak? I was thinking
a big
shark,
chunk.
shark.
claw.
Alright, sick.
Yeah. No,
He's
it
like a
has
bird.
it has no
Oh,
teeth.
I'm
Can I
It
borrow
is
that?
Like a
He's
That
more
doesn't look like a
bird.
shark.
Could I borrow that?
It looks
the,
like a
the
weird
back
ass
of it
whale.
looks like a shark more than anything.
Look at this.
It was just hungry.
That's pretty.
Okay.
We have 7 more beans. Relax.
Yeah, I know.
calm down.
That's what I said. I was like, okay, so who wants to plant another
Thank you.
bean?
I'm gonna walk over
Alright.
to you and be like, why didn't you tell us about this?
I didn't know.
Let me see if I can get
Okay, plant it in between the bodies.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Not where you had it, just plant it between the horse and the thing.
Wayne's just gonna be like,
Oh, they're all messed up on this one. Dang it. All right, we're going to fix this.
what?
Do we need to
Trying
take
to
a short
happen,
break and catch
no,
Brandon
no,
up?
No, you're good. You guys
He gets a
discuss,
card.
figure out what you guys want to do.
Hey,
We went
Brandon
and saw
should
these
get
things
a
that
I'm
card.
fine without a card because
We'll get it.
They were basically
No,
like
it's
these
how you
floating
give
things that
one
represented
point.
depression.
I got
So-
to sell the names, but go for it.
So is there like a crevice where this thing crawled out of, like a hole, or?
burst
yeah,
forth
it
from the
burst
ground.
forth from the
I'm
ground.
gonna go check it out. See what it looks like.
Sure. It's basically it's like a rather large burrow that it just.
Is it like a crater or is there like a continuous hole down?
Are there like
it's a
lines?
hole that goes maybe
Hey, you're not
15
me.
so feet.
Okay.
I mean,
Did I
it's
pretend
like
to
a
be?
good 15 feet
Apparently so.
diameter, just straight down. cylinder
Well,
of
damn.
dirt that
Would
is
you
now
look at that?
upended and out.
So does it look like
She's
it
me.
sprouted out, like there are roots and
Oh.
whatnot?
And I'm
Brandon,
guessing
Brandon, meet your
There's
fiance.
a dirt hole where it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No.
Congratulations.
Me.
I think I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Brandon is. Wait. I'm me. He's me
I'm
too.
getting there. I'm changing them. I'm getting there.
Nikki is everywhere.
Nikki is everywhere, I know.
Adriana, you're Cody.
I'm Cody.
I
Yep.
know.
You're Adriana. Yep, I'm Dan.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. It's a cursed life.
So, does anyone know how to draw a portrait? It's like kind of like, just throw my arm up on it, like hell yeah, like look at this guy,
Go talk to Prospero.
Prospero.
He's a painter.
Prospero,
He's not.
hello. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Cool. And then hold on. Yeah, gotta fix this one too. There we go. Okay, we're good. We got all the names fixed. Welcome to the stream.
Did
Nice
you
to
fix
see you.
Angie's?
Hold on, give it a sec. Let it.
I did.
What is it, like a
Should-
40-second delay?
It's probably a little bit.
It depends on who's you're
Yeah.
looking at.
Okay.
Gotta make
Because
sure nobody's
his is
stream
like
typing.
2
So-
seconds
so
behind
what's
us. Mine is 15.
Mine's like.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Mine's quite a bit.
So what
This
would
is
you?
also for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I need that again in my life.
Oh, that's
Oh.
Oh no.
I've been waiting for you all my life. Waiting for me.
Whoa, dude. Hold on, that's above the waist. All right.
No,
that's-
I'm showing what was happening.
Didn't we already agree that meant like asshole?
Dude, what do you mean you need that back in your life, dude?
Yeah, because then I'm like,
This doesn't mean that, but okay.
I have a comment that I can't say out loud.
Yeah, Nikki, you hear
Yep.
that?
I
That's
don't
not
even know
what
if I want to put it in the group chat. I'm
Anyway.
keeping,
This
I'm keeping
doesn't
my
mean
mouth to
Anyway.
myself.
This does.
All right. Before we get in trouble for gang symbols or
White privilege.
white privilege
Hey.
or racist slang,
I was thinking
what
about
were you
Chainbreaker.
wondering? Something about Prospero. What about
He
Prospero?
wants his
Portrait.
I
portrait.
want him to take my portrait with the
Plant the bean while
boulet.
he's trying to get his.
Okay.
Plant the bean and roll percent.
So we're gonna have Prospero come down.
So yeah, I'll go towards the house.
Are you gonna come out of the house?
Prospero.
Hey,
I don't know what's
Prospero.
happening.
Sure. Yeah, Prospero.
It's just going down in the front yard.
Comes down,
That's
yep.
basically what's going on.
I tried to
need
adopt
your
another animal. It
skills.
didn't work out very well.
Okay. Yeah.
Come paint me.
Paint me like one of your
Come paint me like one of your French
These
girls.
two are-
I have
All
a
right.
surprise.
I have a surprise.
Adriana's planting
Okay.
another one.
I kind of
Okay.
hurtle over here.
Prospero. So Prospero comes down, and sees the boulet and
It's
like.
not a
huh.
delay, is it?
We
Huh.
don't know, but it's only about 4 more points above what she rolled
okay,
last
so
time.
you
Let's try this again.
want to paint.
I want him to paint me going like this on there. Going like.
Okay, yep. So he will set up his canvases and start.
While he's doing
Okay.
that,
Magic
Lysandra
beans of
plants
wonder.
a bean. 67 is what she rolled.
Roll again.
No, it's 67.
Roll again.
No,
Magic beans of wonder.
67.
No.
We should call
Roll
that.
again. We're not doing the same thing over
Oh
again.
no! I could've got another one.
What'd you get? 12?
12. No.
12.
Planet.
Dragon. Lightning dragon, please tell me. No.
Beanstalk that takes everything that's above it to the sky.
All right. Hold on.
No, that,
Before we go into this, real
Earthquake,
quick, I just want to yell the Lanet.
the beanstalk is double zeros.
I just want to yell the Lanet right now.
Adriana, you need to roll double zeros.
Yeah,
next
what?
time.
Hey, these good eating or what?
To land it,
Yes.
he looks at you and goes, "What?" Turns and walks away. And as he's walking, he looks back. He like stops, looks back over his shoulder with like his confused face of like,
Why?
shakes his head, turns around and continues walking.
Have we paid him lately?
We have been.
I think he gets paid on experience now. Like he's like, I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna write a book one day.
I'll get famous, I swear to God I will. If you need it.
Also, we have 6 more beans.
We do. We have
Yeah.
6 more beans.
Why not drop them all in the same hole?
No.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Can we do
A
that?
bullet.
Let's
A
plant them
bullet
in a
that's
line.
part of a
What if you plant
beanstalk
them in a
screaming,
line?
kill me.
As the professional botanist of this group, I do not suggest or condone planting all 6 beans in one place.
But they're magical. You could roll double zeros for one
That's
of
what
them and
I
KO all
said.
the creatures.
And then one of my children tried to eat me.
Yeah, that happens.
They're magical.
There's other
We can
things.
get anything
There's-
out of them.
they
Even
have
more
a lot-
beans.
Okay, so the beans have more, almost an entire page of text for different uses, what they do.
What did you do on Saturday? Played with the bean.
Okay.
Turns
And
into
it
coffee.
wasn't mine.
All right.
Sprouts up a cup of coffee.
You sprout it,
Mm-hmm.
pull out a water skin, and you water it.
6 more.
Lurch is probably thinking, what the fuck is
A
wrong with
bouquet of boules.
Right in between
As-
the dead horse and the poulet.
Don't plant one in the horse, please.
this? No, I'm not that hard.
Okay.
That's very thin.
So you plant the bean, you water it, you take a couple of steps back, and about a minute or so. Where are you planting it in relation to the Boule and
See him?
Prospero? Yeah.
Literally.
Right there.
So like
We're all just
30
over
feet
here.
away.
Yeah.
We need Prospero though. He's right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's the bean
You
going?
plant this bean,
Under you.
Under me.
and
You wouldn't move.
You wanted to be painted.
We told you.
so you
So me and Prospero are just chilling over by this. While
Oh
you
my
guys
God,
planted
no,
the bean
okay,
and
I-
ran
I
away.
was-
Like a landmine. So
I'm just picturing a
This
bouquet of
being
boules. Like,
You plant
it's just
this,
little puppy things.
and about a minute or so later, the ground starts to you can feel a rumbling underneath your feet.
It's a great worm, isn't it?
You can feel the
a
ground
great worm.
around you start to
Just
swallows shake and
everything
get,
above it and closes again.
you can feel the kind
Oh,
of
hi,
rumbling.
Kronos.
You notice that same kind of the ground starts to push and give way, but this time instead of being within maybe about a 15-foot diameter, try about 45.
Ah!
Baby Teresk.
Okay.
Baby Teresk.
No.
Mary Teresk,
you
miss.
quickly step back and farther back as the ground starts to give way
No.
to a large tree. This tree sprouts out of the ground, and with just enormous speed of growth, like just
Twice as fast as plant growth.
this tree
Start
is
swinging.
close to
It's a wonky
30 feet in diameter.
But it's also
Holy
like
shit.
the apple
It
trees
is
from Wizard of
That's
Oz.
a big
Probably
tree.
about
Look at you
150
and
feet
yell
tall.
at you.
It's a tree.
Good
This
lord.
tree is massive.
is it pissed?
Oh, that's so cool.
Is this tree pissed?
Is it hungry?
Is
the
it a fan?
tree finally reaches
Is it
and
a fan of the
sprouts.
Arbor Day Foundation?
You can see it start to creak a little bit as it begins to finally make its rest. This is a massive tree.
That's my
Carved into
shit
the
right
middle of
there.
it.
Can I make this my bedroom? I want a tree house.
Climate.
Time to dialogue.
Climate. Yeah, I'm gonna back off. Just like, whew. You know, damn.
No, you're in
That's
the
some
treetop.
wood.
Okay.
The bodies are in the treetop.
Buddies are in the treetop.
When,
Horse
so
blood is draining.
you guys take a step back and just admire the sheer size and beauty of
You like
this
my
tree.
like
And
how
then
big it
you
is.
say,
It's nice and
"Can
thick.
I make this my house? I want a tree house."
Yes.
As you say that, you see the top of the tree shift,
I don't like
turn, and you see this what appears to be an eye look down at you,
No, thank you.
blink, close its eye, and twist back, and remain motionless.
Never mind. You're right. I'm just gonna leave that be.
Let's light it on fire.
Oh, hi. No!
Why? It didn't do anything to us. It's just chilling.
I'm gonna need a bigger axe.
No. Please don't hurt my tree.
My name is Harold.
Hi, tree. How are you?
The tree
No.
is motionless.
Okay, it just
Solid.
blinks at you every once in a while.
Leave
It
it
looks
solid.
like a regular tree,
You're not raging.
rather large tree.
I'm gonna approach it.
Okay.
Not in like an
Yep.
aggressive way. I just want to take a look at it further. So we're just gonna touch it, and I'll just like put my hand on its trunk.
It's a tree.
But it had an eye. It's
Don't-
not
okay.
just
Don't
a
touch my
tree.
no-no square.
Okay.
Okay, so,
So
You see a tree.
what's a good way we can measure this tree?
just
If
curious,
you
put it
so
in
the house
perspective.
is here.
Yes.
a little bit farther back, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know whatever.
But yes.
It's in this
Yep.
vicinity. Front
At this
yard.
point, you see Lurch step out of it and go, "What in the? Huh?
You missed the first part.
What did you guys do?"
So like the
Well,
pit
magic
is,
beans!
like, here.
Yeah, magic beans.
I'm gonna safely assume that I was
You
in the
plant
house
any
prior
more?
to
Keep
this.
them away from the house.
That's what I did.
Farther away from the house.
It's wider than that though. He said 30 feet.
Okay.
You have no idea
That's
what
about
those
30.
things can do. Farther away. As he like straightens out his vest.
Do you like my
Steps-
tree?
Steps back into the house, and you hear the door behind him.
Okay. I'm gonna try climbing it.
Okay. So if you want to take a closer look, you can make a nature check if you'd like.
Okie dokie.
Starts biting.
I will let you make a nature check. And then if you want to climb it, you can.
You're in that tub
So
right
I'm
You know what we should
Was
do right
18.
now?
Okay.
This is a large tree. You
There
That
we
make you
go.
feel better.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
so I love how we're
I like that.
using
I like that.
containers. Hold on. There's containers
That's kind of how.
to represent.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's
how
about
big
the
tree
size of
is.
the dog.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, this to you it feels like you sense that it's alive, but more than what
A normal tree.
a
would
normal
be.
tree would seem.
It's sentient.
But you're besides that,
Just start spike climbing it.
We should put a bean in it.
No, not. I'm just gonna climb it like a normal person who grew up around
Yep.
trees would climb a
Who
freaking
can
tree.
climb a?
Yep.
Here's the thing: are there
Make-
branches down here,
make an
or is it like one of those trees where it's the great
make
tree and all the tree
a
branches are here and it's clean?
acrobatics. Make an acrobatics check.
Are we ready to
Six.
fight this thing?
Okay. You climb
Falling
maybe
butt.
about
What if it goes on
15, 20 feet up, and you
Lurch with the
On my butt.
pretty much
The tree shatters a little bit.
make
when
a
you fall.
dexterity saving throw.
This one.
Click the saving throw.
18.
As you slip and start to fall, you do manage to, at the last second, reach out and catch a stray branch and kind of like, it's not like a branch, but it's like a nub. And you
A
catch
nub.
yourself
Nubbins.
on this like, picture like a climbing wall with the big rocks.
Mhm.
You catch yourself
Okay.
before you hit the ground.
You're definitely tugging a tree's nub.
Ah!
You're definitely catches attention now.
But yeah, you do not fall to the ground and hurt yourself.
Does the
But
tree
you
do
fell.
anything?
It is motionless.
Can I keep
There's a tree.
going?
Sure. Make another acrobatics check.
Did you read what it said?
That was 16.
Yep, you
I
keep
prefer
climbing.
if they were purple.
How far up are you wanting to go?
Actually saw potatoes.
Until like you know how like
Graham
most
crackers?
trees like have like
You
the
saw
base of the
Tangled?
trunk where it like
Where it
really
really
starts to
starts
branch
to
out
go,
up
yeah.
to that point.
Okay.
I
Yep.
was like,
So
It
you
wasn't for
I'm
taste,
looking
it
for a
was
place to potentially put
Necessity.
a house
5
because if
cents
this
for a
tree is
fish.
chill, I'm just gonna like become one with this freaking tree. Okay, like straight
I
up.
was picturing you
Tree
guys
power
saying
activate.
crackers.
so yeah, you get up quite
Adriana,
far up.
Yes.
are you
I
telling
mean,
me
so
with all your
it's
nature
like
knowledge, you can't tell
150
what the
feet
hell
tall.
that is?
You're probably about maybe
It's a tree with
70,
eyes.
80 up in the air.
That's
Oh,
great,
no.
but it's also
Where
more
the
than that.
branches start to kind of go up into.
Adriana, the knowledgeable one.
Um, okay.
Okay. Can I look around? Do I see anything interesting, or is it just a
Found it
tree
purple.
still?
Make a
not
perception
hurting the
check.
tree.
Top of its tree. Like middle of it, just
Turtles breathe through their butts, so I mean anything's possible.
And certain people didn't know lizards can breathe.
20, not natural.
You look around, and it is a tree.
Yep.
You
Sweet.
Does it have a
do
brain?
see a couple of places where you think you could maybe fit some sort of treehouse-like structure. Probably you'll even a little bit farther up than you are now. But yeah, it's from what you can tell, it's a tree. A really, really big tree.
I'm gonna be like, is it okay if I build a room on you? And like see if the eyeball appears anywhere again.
Just say some
Yep.
trigger words.
Axe. Lumberjack.
Fire!
So you sit, you're like on there and like, is it okay if I build
I don't think it's gonna
a
work
house,
A room.
a room up here? And then
It's like, I promise I won't hurt any of your brains.
you wait, and a moment passes. Continue to wait for a response, and then you see an eyeball.
It's
right
a giving
in
tree.
front of you.
Is
Damn
it
it.
floating?
No, it is the tree. The tree,
tree.
like an
Oh,
eyeball,
okay.
looks at
On a
you,
stalk.
and closes.
Okay.
Pet the tree.
Anyone ever watch Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
You can figure out what
That's
this is
exactly,
from
yep.
just that.
Pet the tree.
Oh no.
All I gotta say
I'm
is
gonna get down.
don't break anything.
I didn't plan on it.
Slips. Boom, boom, boom,
Like
boom,
my
breaking down
people like are
branches.
very like don't freaking hurt nature type thing. So like I don't plan on hurting this tree, but I will climb down because that's enough proof that this is like too much of a living being for me to just
It
build
can't
my
be a pet. It's
abode.
sentient.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
So I'm
pet
gonna
the-
very carefully climb my way down this tree
Okay.
Are you gonna pet the tree?
like that.
You don't like that. Oof. I mean, if you want to just take a plummet to the ground.
me.
you
No,
can if you'd
thank
like.
you.
You're just gonna go splat.
Come out the house
Yep.
after I'm assuming slumber because of the slothfulness.
You wake up from the rumbling and you
These are
step out of the house and go,
What the?
Here we go.
I know.
"Oh, well, that's new."
It is strange.
I don't remember a massive
missed
tree.
That's an eye.
These are some
I-
beans.
Make a perception check.
I'd just like to add that when I get to the bottom, I kind of give the trunk a pat and go like, "Don't worry,
Nope,
I'll
that's
leave
the
you
wrong
alone,"
guy.
and then I walk away.
Let's put another one right next to
Just
it,
shake
Adriana.
it.
Let's put another one right next to it. Let's
That'd be
play
9.
again.
Okay. You do not see the eye. You see the tree.
Wait.
But I mean, this tree is huge. Huge.
It's
Huge.
hedge.
I would like to
Huge.
detect good and evil.
Sure. Do you have to roll anything for that, or like that's the first time you've
Or
actually-
technically, it's just divine sense.
so much, by the way.
So it's just
You know what I
let's use
say.
it as passive. Detect
I'm so
fiend,
confused as
undead,
to
or
what's going
celestial
on
up to
until I
60
saw you
feet.
pull chips to your mouth. Because Cody just suddenly looked uncomfortable, like,
No, it's
and
not.
your arm's
Detect
down
good and
here.
evil, and then also
I'm just like,
a trait, divine sense.
Yeah. Okay. So.
No,
but
no,
you
at the
shifted
table.
you shifted your elbow forward too, and I'm
Just
just
gonna-
like, no, like Dan's arm went like this, and I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable with it.
So it's, I can't
No,
find.
okay.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
look.
yeah.
What is the?
That's what I was
Oh,
talking
whoa,
about.
my bad.
We just have a tree at the front yard.
What?
So
No, it's just like
did the tree shake the dead bodies from itself yet?
What dead bodies?
The horse
We planted the horse in the.
and
right
the
You were
thing.
far enough away.
No.
You said you were far enough away.
The horse's dead body and the boule thing.
They are. You
We-
said you were about 30 to 40 feet away.
No, that we
No,
planted
we
it by
planted
them,
it by them.
and then we
and
backed
then
up.
ran.
Oh, you planted it by them and
Yes.
ran.
That's what she did, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like-
thought you had planted it 30. Oh.
No.
Okay.
No,
then
that
it
changes
would have
things.
just
Turns into a
pushed
big slide
everything,
trap.
the ground.
Off
you don't
to
have
the
to
side.
roll for anything. It's just an action. And then you detect it from 30 feet.
Okay.
It's just to see if it's good, evil, whatever. I can't know
Yeah, there is
exactly
more
what it is. All I know
areas
is
than
this,
there are
this gives me a
actions.
sense. It's like a spiky tingle. It's literally all it is.
Okay.
Is that good? That bad?
Yeah.
That a
So you get a sense that
It's a
the tree, whether you can't really ascertain anything specific, you don't get any sense of evil.
Okay.
Which means probably as long as we leave it freaking alone, it's
I
not
would
gonna
like to
do
walk
anything.
up to the tree and talk in Celestial. How did you become her?
Celestial.
You can speak
Celestial.
English, my friend. I understand that very well.
Because all I have is Common and Celestial for languages.
I have Sylvan.
Me too. I have a couple different. Hold up.
Because like detect good and evil, you can sense if it's a fae, fiend, demon,
Does it tell you any?
elemental. No, I just know if there's something there. Like it's just a spidey sense, like hey, it's right over there or something like that. You have no idea what it is. You can tell if it's good or evil, but you can't tell what type of creature it is.
Well, seeing how I speak silence and that thing's being silent, what can I tell?
Stab.
Just go rub it. Just rub your body.
I
against
speak
the tree.
Elvish, Sylvan, and Abyssal.
It's fine.
Elvish might work.
I speak common and joy, and that's me.
Because if I'm sensing that it's like I'm assuming it would be something of an elemental because it's a tree, like a treant, or whatever the bigger version of a treant is. Because I know that there's
A big tree.
a big treanter.
A big tree, yeah, an extra large one.
Ooh, they've been feeding you.
Got that good
Dead
fertilizer.
bodies, yeah.
Wait, what did you said celestial?
Celeste.
Horse blood will do it.
And what did you say?
What's up, bitch?
How do you become here? Or
Yep, you get no response.
okay.
You can take like
Nope.
Yep.
That's the tree.
it's not that big, but okay, sure, yep, whatever. Yep, it is
We'll consider
motionless.
You said it was 150 feet.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
30 feet.
Compared to us, like.
30 feet in diameter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is big, it's a big ass tree.
So we
Definitely
should-
bigger than
We
the
should
tree.
ask Lurch to have a fence put around it and just like do not enter in every language.
Or like at
Do
least
not
like,
touch the tree.
or don't harm tree because
Right.
I proved that you can climb it and it's just fine. But I have a feeling that just like with like the
My
the
concern
flumps, if we try to attack
is
it
that
and stuff,
it'll get up.
it'll leave.
Because if it is a living creature, not like a normal tree, but like an elemental, it can move.
And go right through the
Hey,
house.
does
It's
yours
not like we're
plant-
not gonna notice it.
Hey, Adriana, do you have plants?
Gets up, walks away
You
while
know
you're
what?
saying that.
You have speak to
I mean,
animals.
if I'm
Do you have speak to
sleeping,
plants?
it ain't waking me up unless it
We're
just
using
shot
a
up
lot
through
of
the
my
ground
spells
like
today.
it just did.
Well, I mean, it's not
Yeah,
gonna
well-
slither, you know. Adriana,
Falls.
We haven't used them in a
are we
while.
planting another bean? We have 6 beans, right?
What the
You have
hell?
6 beans left.
I highly
What?
suggest not
turns
next
out,
to that
turns out
tree.
it's not a tree at all.
Yeah, no, we should
We just
we
hear
should move
At
somewhere.
least like a good
Yeah,
50,
Lurch
60
kind of
feet
got
away.
on to me about that
Maybe
already.
it's
Yeah.
alright.
So we need to move like over here.
All right, let's plant another bean.
I'm gonna stand by.
Throw
this
it in the ocean!
Can I
It's
hey,
like
can I
a
plant a bean?
botanical, or is it
Having
only
fun
You know
with
what?
it.
in the
Yeah.
house?
Alright.
What was that?
I'm gonna.
Is it only
You,
less
you
in the
deserve a
house,
bean.
or-
Okay.
Alright,
Lurch
here's
in
me a
the
bean.
cup.
So
Like me.
the house
Bean.
has
Alright.
the staff it needs at any given time.
Alright,
The Goliath is gonna plant a bean.
alright.
Okay.
So, say like right here is a good spot.
How do you
Yeah.
plant the bean? What are you doing?
Alright, so anybody want to come with me?
I'm right there.
Okay, what
As
you
far as
gotta
I
do
know.
is you
Wade's
gotta hold.
way over here.
I'm gonna explain to Chainbreaker. Okay, what you gotta do is you gotta hold it in your hand, right?
Okay.
And you gotta tell it nice things.
Take the bottle off the top at least.
I'm gonna dig a hole and drop it in.
And then you're gonna say nice things to the bean.
Can I say things to fight the bean?
No, you gotta say nice things
And
to the
then
bean,
you have
otherwise
to
it won't
cover
grow.
it and water it.
Don't pee on it.
And then you love it and you cherish it and you say you're
Throw
a good
it into the
bean.
ground as hard as you can.
While
Yeah, just
screaming
not even
yeet.
dig a hole, just like
Don't.
yeet it into the ground.
Is this where everybody's gonna be?
He's a
Behind the tree?
Goliath. You don't know how to plant.
No.
You just go.
I'm gonna watch you.
me.
with it in its fist.
So like I'm
No,
gonna.
no.
No, you're
Alright.
No.
You're watching from the window
That
still.
paragraph.
The
Wade's
bag
learned
of
a
beans
lot.
is
This
just-
paragraph.
Alright.
And it's not to fuck with beans.
No. I've
Don't
killed
tell
him.
him to
60?
throw
Oh.
it into the ground as hard as possible.
I'm
Do it.
curious.
Don't
Do
tell
it.
him that.
Well,
Eat
I'm
it
not
into
gonna-
the ground. Eat it into the
There's
ground.
only
No!
one bean that I'm
It
saying.
doesn't matter. Don't tell him that. All right. What are you doing?
Alright. So everybody's where they want to be.
Mhm.
Yes. How are you
Alright,
planting
so
it?
I'm
wish my
gonna
character
take
knew
my
about
sword
that.
and
It'd be
dig a
so
little
fun.
hole. Right?
Okay.
Dig a little hole
Yep.
with my sword, and then gonna go up to the ground, go, and just
On the ground or in the hole?
cover it up.
Yep.
And then
Pull out a water skin, water it.
I'm
Okay.
very confused.
Roll percentiles.
We need 67 so we get another one.
another tree.
No.
Which one was the tree again?
12. 12
That's
was,
tough.
but
Alright.
he said we couldn't do the same one again.
420. 24.
24.
Free XP.
Okay. All right. You plant the bean. You water it. About a minute or so later, the ground starts to shake and rumble underneath you. You
Are there
take a step
any of
back.
these that just turn into a freaking flower?
I'm gonna back up
Like,
like,
on
this.
a-
It starts
You take a step
rumbling and
back.
just.
And again, the same, very similar thing, but this time
That'd
only
be
in a
concerning
small,
what happens
like
next.
5-foot space.
Okay.
Pushes
Little
itself up and
daisy
onto the ground,
pops up
and
then like
out of the ground
Like
comes a
daisies.
stone statue.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
We have those.
As you
We have those.
as
What is
you
this stone
take,
statue of?
you
What is
take
this?
a closer
Yeah,
look at this.
Oh god, it's Stalin.
As you you take the statue pops itself out of the ground, the dirt kind of slides off, and as you take a closer look, you see the statue is an incredible likeness of you.
Destroy it!
And you look up at it, and you're like,
Lurch, we're decorating the front yard.
look at that, it's
Hey
me.
guys! Look
Yeah.
at
I wanted
this!
a painting, but this is better.
And suddenly, it turns to you.
Oh no.
Alright, can you be the statue? Yeah, here, like, face this way? And then
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. Back away, you wanker!
You.
This is fighting words.
Get a load of this guy!
There's two of them.
Oh no. Why didn't
Me, a
you
wanker!
put the sweet
The first word that I thought that was even close
Yup.
to how you would
That's you yelling
Where's
at
the
yourself.
Where's the other Goliath?
So then you guys see as he points, get a load of this guy, as you see this
Oh,
in the
no.
pack, and it starts shouting, and it's telling you, it says, this man right in front of you is the most vile, villainous person you've ever
don't
met.
see
I
that.
can't believe you even associate this with this man. This Goliath, he lies. Don't trust anything he says.
Rude.
Says the statue.
I'm more inclined to believe the statue.
I don't think we have the other Goliath.
Oh, okay. That's
Because
fine.
it's like
Yeah.
there's
No,
the
it's-
zombies,
it is-
other ones.
Yeah, I don't have another Goliath.
Alright, that's fine.
Miniatures. Yep.
Oh no.
He's the most heinous of people.
Easy little
Don't
statues.
trust his lies.
I mean, the only lies he's telling is because he's, you know, not normal there. You don't even
When
know
did
he's telling
Chainbreaker get stoned?
I'm gonna get a little closer. Like,
Yep. And it's
It does that to you
Um,
too. Why you want to kiss me, mate?
Plus
Yeah.
his breath stinks like rotten fish.
Don't smell the
Yep.
statue.
you as you get closer, you hear. Plus, his breath stinks like rotten fish. Back away, I said.
we just kind of, do one of these, just kind of like, just kind of.
What are you doing? Checking out
Walk
America's
around.
ass.
I
Yep.
like this statue better
As
than I
you
like
walk
him.
around, you see
All I think of was
an incredibly, almost flawless likeness of yourself.
Thick.
You go, hey, what are you doing? No, get away from there.
Can you move?
Leave me
And you
alone, I'm
hear
touching myself.
then hey y'all, you guys over there, you come get him. You need to come kill him.
Why?
Kill him before he kills you.
Why?
He'll
should-
turn on you. He'll kill you. He'll get you.
Alright.
He'll kill you.
Alright, hey.
Swear to God,
Hey.
he'll kill you.
He'll do
Alright.
it again.
So I'm gonna sheath my sword, right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna pull out my warhammer, and I'm just gonna ever so slightly. Tink, 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 tink.
Yep.
That's my signature move.
hey. Don't you touch me.
Mind the marble.
Hey, can you move? Are you stuck here?
I ain't talking to you. Back away.
This is some
Get
real,
away
like,
from me.
deep-seated self-hatred going on here.
Let's all just go to bed and we just hear him out in the middle like, hey, you wankers!
Hey!
I'm gonna
Different
take
seed.
my
Let's
wolf.
do a different
I'm gonna
seed.
take my wolf pelt and kind of just drape it over him so he can't see.
Hey.
Who turned out the lights?
Get this off of me. No, I ain't
All right,
going
this
back to
isn't
this
as
again.
cool as the
Uh-uh.
other things.
Does
Okay.
it shake it off?
Nope.
Oh,
It
so
can
it
only
seems
talk?
only its head seems
It's
to be
only
able to
talk.
move.
You still hear it like cursing
Uh-huh.
at you,
Hmm.
making vague threats.
Is it arms or is it?
I'm
like
going to
this?
try to
It's-
approach
it's
it and see if I can get
statue
closer.
with like it's got like
Everyone's coming in. That's when he's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
well, because he specifically doesn't want to talk to you, but maybe he'll talk more to
Yeah,
us.
so
Does he have
it's-
any of my weapons, by the way?
I mean it's a perfect likeness of you and like it's got like one of those like, heroic poses, kind of.
Destroy it.
But like
I'm gonna walk
it's
up
not
and smack him with
moving
my
besides
battle axe.
like its head when it originally kind of came to look at you. Other than
Battle
that, it
axe
really
works.
hasn't moved.
Battle axe works too.
As you guys get closer, it says, "Hey, you gotta stop him. You gotta, he'll turn on you. You need to kill him.
Why
You need to get rid
should
of
we
him."
trust
Hey,
You
you?
get rid of
Lanet,
him.
come over here.
I'm gonna hit it
Oh
with a
my
battle
god,
axe.
poor Lanet.
I'm gonna hit it with a battle axe.
Okay.
He can't see us. He's got his head covered with.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit him like.
Hey, Lana, look, there's 2 of them.
Is he on a pedestal?
Yeah, it's a stone.
How tall is this pedestal?
I mean, the statue itself is probably.
If it's a perfect
I don't
likeness,
care
the
how
statue
tall this-
portion should
Yeah.
be.
The
He's 8 foot
statue
tall.
portion is basically 8 foot tall. The pedestal is probably
I'm
about maybe
4'6".
2.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking,
the
guys. Where can I
total
hit
height
him?
of the statue is probably about 10 feet.
Go
There's
for his
like a
knees. That's a
2-foot
sweet
Shit.
spot.
pedestal
Trust me.
with a small stone plaque where it's engraved Chainbreaker, the
Does it
Goliath
say anything
barbarian.
else?
You know,
Does it say years on it?
no.
Nikki,
Go
for the knees. Trust me.
Don't try.
I
Don't
got
trust anything
weak
he says. What do you mean
knees.
go for the knees? I'm trying to help you.
All right, hold on. Before she does anything with like that, I'm gonna like give him a real hard poke in the shoulder. Do I feel
Okay.
any of that?
It's stone. No.
Do I feel any weird? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She
you-
tries to take you out of the knees, and all of a sudden you just collapse into a
I
heap.
dare you to make out with it.
19. Oh, that's a crit now.
Okay.
That's a crit now.
What are you hitting it with?
My masterwork battle axe.
Okay.
With 2
Roll damage.
So that's
I
a
hope
D10
Lana is
of
frozen in
damage.
fear at seeing 2 of him.
Yeah, I called Landon over here. What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Lana comes over and he's like, he looks at you. He looks up at the statue. Looks at you. Looks at the statue and goes,
I go, hey Landon,
Huh.
to get a load of this guy.
"Well, that's new." Yeah, and then the statue goes, "Don't get a load of that. And don't get a load of me. Get a load of that guy. He'll turn on you. Don't let him. Don't he?
Remember what he did with his sausage fingers?
Remember what? Yeah, remember he tried to touch you. Don't trust anything that man
When
says.
he tried to touch you.
With the sausage fingers.
Hey, don't listen to this guy.
Don't
Alright?
listen to
You can get your turn next after.
So
after
10
she's done.
points to his kneecaps.
So 10.
10 points to his
Okay,
kneecap.
so you take your axe and you
Rolls
just
critical
wind
one.
up with a big like baseball bat swing. As you hit the statue, your axe kind of like slides against it. You see sparks kind of fly off the axe as it embeds within the rock. I mean, your axe is slightly wedged in the stone. And you pull it out and you notice that the blade seems to be a little bit duller where you hit it.
Hey, I need your hammer.
All right. There you go.
Drops it.
I'm gonna
Don't trust him.
What do you mean? She asked me for a favor.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you. This man's gonna turn on you.
Can I hit it again?
He'll kill you. He'll kill
I'm
you.
gonna hit it again in the kneecap.
I'll kill
Just go for it.
With his-
Roll damage. Just roll damage.
Roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay, what would it be?
He dodges.
Two-handed.
Landon, you want a turn?
Hey, two-handed with your battle axe. What is it? What am I rolling?
Are you hitting with the battle axe or the hammer?
The hammer.
Warhammer.
The
Warhammer.
warhammer. Okay.
1d8 plus 4 blunt damage.
1d8. Okay. So it's a 5.
I'm an evil
Plus
person. I
what?
can't help
Plus
it.
4.
So 9. Am I hitting it with 19 again?
So what?
Well, it's
So
not
it'd be
moving.
18 points.
Okay. Yeah, you give it a good whack, and you notice that the stone where you hit starts to crumble ever so slightly underneath.
Anybody else want to hit it?
I thought you were gonna bite me.
And I take the hammer and I
Thank
hand
you
it
for the subscription.
Oh, it doesn't turn. Adriana doesn't fix
Oh
it.
my god,
Awesome.
you guys, calm down.
Hey,
Hey, and actually, with that,
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
there's a notification in here that says we got an emote.
hey,
Hold on, I can hit a button that says thank.
Thanks.
thank.
Thanks.
Oh, also, I'm gonna take the warhammer and hand it to Landon.
Oh, no, I can just hit a message. Cool. We got a koala.
Oh.
We got a koala because of
Oh,
Adriana.
it's the pride koala
It's an ace
from this,
koala.
the pride event that they had. Yeah, sweet.
Hey.
Well, cool.
I take my warhammer and I hand it to Landon. You want a turn, bud?
What is this, a pinata?
He laughs and goes,
And
anytime I get to smack anything remotely of you, sure.
That sounds
Alright,
really
let's do
That
this.
sounds
So,
really
That
dirty.
you
sounds
remember-
like his project outside next speed.
All right, so imagine the scene where all the office men are outside and they have baseball bats and
The
there's
printer.
the printer.
Yeah, yeah. And the music starts playing, and they just start whacking away.
Damn, it feels
Um,
good.
They have
Yep.
to
Wait,
hold him back.
After
no,
about-
that music plays from the video last week.
Yep. After about 10, 15 minutes or so of you just whacking away on this statue.
So anyway, it was
I feel like we're
It's
hacking
still shouting verbal threats against Chainbreaker and trying to convince you guys that,
Does he,
that you
does he
need
go
to attack
ow like ow?
the most villain. He's so
One of us should,
horrible.
like,
He's rotten to the core.
Chainbreaker
It's
just to
trying
see
to
what he
convince
does.
you, and as you slowly just whack away, it eventually crumbles to
Why
dust.
didn't we just start
whole
at the mouth
statue?
so
Yeah,
we could shut
you
up?
take probably about 10-15 minutes and just whack this
Beat
thing
the
to
living
bits.
daylights
I
out
feel
of
like
it.
Can we
this is
hear
what our
anything
party
from it now?
needs.
Once it's like in pieces, it's pretty much rubble, and no.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, you
interesting.
knock its head onto the ground, and then it's still talking, and you walk over and just
Before I do that, can I give a little kiss on the forehead?
Oh.
Yes.
Sweet prince.
Yeah.
Good night.
No. What are you
Just
doing?
gonna
No,
Lick
don't
him.
you dare
Lick
kiss
him.
me.
Lick him. Don't kiss him. Lick his forehead and then
No, give him a
And
nice
it's just-
French kiss.
It's
Just like
just
open
so you
mouth
give it a kiss.
it.
It's,
my
Yeah.
little
it's just
toe.
on screen. Ray.
I take my foot and I'm just
Between
kind of
you and
rubbing
Adriana,
its
there's
face
nice.
with my foot,
Yep.
and then I go, "Oh, whack!"
Yep. And it just crumbles into dust.
All right.
This whole
And
time
silence.
I'm studying the tree thing.
Make a nature check.
Okay, wait, nature? Okay.
It's natural selection now.
16.
Okay. It's a very large tree.
Yep.
Really?
Let's
No.
cuddle. Can I do a nature check?
You feel that the tree is alive in more than
With
just
the sound of music.
a plant.
with the
Could I go
sound
inside
of
the
music.
house and just see if we have like a botanist or anyone that knows about
I'm-
elementals? Elementals, not botanists.
I don't
Sorry.
know. I'm technically a
So
druid.
yeah, you go in and you can talk to Lurch, and Lurch says,
He's getting tired of our shit pretty fast.
I
No.
haven't done anything bad yet.
the
Yeah.
house is here to serve, but you can try the library.
I
And
don't
points
even
you to
make
the
you
library.
read.
Should we try one more bean?
Oh my god. So the statue's been
Do
destroyed.
we have time for one more bean?
The statue of me
No,
and
we
my
don't have
likeness
time for one
has
more
been
bean.
destroyed.
What was that?
I don't think we have the time for one more bean.
Get a load of this
Yeah,
guy.
we only got 10 minutes.
What do you mean we only got 10 minutes?
She has to get up at 6 a.m.
Oh, you have to leave? Okay.
We're being
I mean,
nice.
It's
We like our new friend. We want her to
Sorry.
stay.
it's
Okay.
alright.
I don't know how I feel about Brandon yet.
I
but
like
we like
bedtime.
Angie.
Okay.
Been accepted.
I mean,
He acknowledges me. I'm happy with him.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, I
you
figured
can
we
say
were gonna
anything.
stream till probably closer to 11, but if you've got to duck out a little early, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll probably have to.
Okay, that's
Would
fine.
you like to plant the last bean?
Sure.
You're gonna plant another bean?
Yep.
Okay,
Sure.
so how many
My
do we
fellow
use?
elf.
3. So
Okay.
4, this will be the 4th bean?
Yep.
Okay.
Remember what I
Make
said?
sure that
whisper
you
nice
mark
things
down
to
that
it.
you have 4 beans
Hmm.
left.
You gotta
Okay.
whisper nice things to it.
I'm like,
Yeah, 4
Okay.
beans left.
Mm-hmm.
and then I will do the whole planty thing, very gentle, very nice.
Pokey pokey.
Mhm.
Pokey pokey. And
the
then I'll
dice
plant
will
it and I'll
deceive
take a couple steps back.
Okay. Roll percentiles.
Bean.
How?
So
All right. Oh.
Okay.
one is the 10s
Oh,
place,
yeah, it's
one is the
crumbled.
1s place.
There's no point.
48.
48.
Another giant tree
Where did you
grows.
plant it?
Just right next to the statue, because if it's rubble now, it doesn't really.
So it'll be like right here.
Out sprouts another Prospero.
Fish.
I want to hear these two have a conversation. It just explodes.
Okay. So you plant it, step back, and you notice that in maybe about a 10-foot radius from where you planted it, you notice that the grass starts to push aside in small patches where you see
this like
little
reverse
what appears to
Moses?
be rather large
Won't the grass go back
mushrooms
together then?
pop
No.
up out of the ground.
In a circle?
No. No. Did they start screaming or anything?
So
These mushrooms?
these look like a large fungus, large mushroom. They are
Like when we
red
found
with
them?
like a purplish, bluish top to them. As you you see them, and then when they finally stop sprouting and growing, you take a closer look and you take a step closer to them. There's a total of 12. Take a step closer to take a closer look and see what they are. and as soon as you get within it, it emits a rather ear-piercing shriek.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh
And
boy.
then once the first one starts, then the second one
Alright, I'm gonna take a shit ton
and
of
the
steps
third,
back.
and then the fourth and the fifth, the sixth, they all start shrieking to a loud, we're almost deafening.
We now have an alarm system.
Right.
And when you
That
back
doesn't
away,
shut off.
you back away, so where you're about maybe 40 feet away from it. 15, 20 seconds or so later, they slowly start to, one by one, stop shrieking.
Okay.
Until you see a field of decently sized purple
12
and red
mushrooms. 12
mushrooms.
Right? 12.
Mushrooms!
Okay.
There's also mushrooms in the basement.
Yeah, and the mushrooms that when you saw these, and then it's like this ear-piercing.
Screech.
Are they like the ones
The
when we
mandrake
lost the
root.
first guy?
Hmm?
The little screaming ones?
We could plant these outside the
Only
house.
big.
I would have recognized these. I would have told her not to go near them.
I mean, like,
Yeah, oh yeah.
you know,
As she
security,
just basically took
someone
a
up
half
the
a
east
step.
corner, and then when somebody
You
gets near,
started
goes,
to say something, and then that is what you hear. Do you want to do it
The
again?
bathroom every once in a while.
Yep. There it is.
Those would be great for pranks. Just put them in like the Royal King's like bathroom.
Just
I
like
say what we
bring
do
them
is
into-
put cotton balls in
Put
their
them in
ears,
mailboxes.
put them around the
go into the
tree,
shop. Hey, what can I get for
and then
this?
it
And
comes
it's
through the
going.
big ass tree and it starts screeching.
The shopkeeper's like, "What the hell is that?"
Oh, it's like the little mandrake
And then
root
starts
from
yelling.
Harry Potter.
Oh wait, I'm a good character. Don't do that.
And then you drop
Don't
it.
do
And
that.
it starts, you drop it and it starts running around the store screaming. And he's like, "Get that thing out of here! What are you doing?" And you just leave.
My
Bye.
child! The door.
Check it out. I've got like 20 more in this bag of holding.
You just open a bag of holding and just. Oh god. Alright.
It's
Yep.
a representation of my
Roll to
inner
be able to have
turmoil.
I'm gonna throw a rock in the middle.
You're gonna throw a rock into it? Okay.
I'll take a rock and just kinda
Why
like
couldn't they just
throw
like
it in
Mickey
there.
Mouse?
Roll to hit roll.
17.
Okay. You chuck a rock. Like, where are you trying to chuck it?
Hit one of them.
You want to hit one
Hit
of
one
them?
of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you chuck it dead on, just a little like stone. You just
Doink.
doink right off of it. As soon as you hit it, it starts screaming. And then the next one chimes in until all 12 are ear-deafening.
I'm sitting there.
Lurch steps out of the house and goes, "What did you do?" Like,
We got-
We
We
need
got
a
over
fence.
this thing.
We got some weird plants over here.
There's the trees with eyeballs, like fucking
You
screaming
see Lurch
mushrooms.
from the doorway just going,
I could have
You got a
the
lawnmower?
war
and then
master.
finally the sound starts to quiet and cease, and Lurch is like, "Yep,
So the tree has eyes.
we have a tree, we have mushrooms.
12 mushrooms.
You know,
We need a
maybe you
fence.
should stop with the beans for the day."
I got 4 left for the day.
Can we get fencing?
Throw
Do we
them
have
all in a
fencing?
hole as hard as you can.
Is there a lake nearby?
There
Do
won't
not,
be.
do not use my thing.
Your mud bath?
Would it work with a
It's-
slingshot?
Water. It's literally a bat. It's a
Oh,
salt bath.
God.
You probably could.
Oh, that would have
Put
been
them
great
in the
against the enemy pirate
shield.
ship.
Entangle.
No, you'd have to. I mean, you could.
Just imagine,
probably-
Adriana, having those magic beans, whipping it at the
Maybe I should have saved it, but like, you know,
No,
what
no,
the
no, no,
hell?
no, no,
I'm
whip
just
it
trying to
at
think
the
if
at the
those
ship,
were
and a tree
entangled,
grows in the
literally
ship,
whips
and
it
then
out.
Just sinks.
That would just probably destroy it.
That would work.
Okay. You have 4 beans left. You
Okay.
spent 100 gold for these, and you guys are just.
They're pretty entertaining. Other than the traumatic event of killing a horse for no
wasted
reason.
money. It's not wasted if I'm laughing.
Well, okay, so
It's only
originally
100 gold. I
they
mean,
were
we're rich,
500. Okay. Then there was
Something
a bet
wonderful
with the
happened.
shopkeeper
Oh, wait.
boy.
Hang on,
about
we're gonna show you
capturing
a
the
floof.
flump.
man. A flump.
A flump.
Do you know what a
I
flump
think-
is?
I think I remember tuning in for a little bit and hearing that.
You pull
I have
the
a
picture.
friend that is a floof.
Is it the one that was like,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know.
The flump.
Yeah.
you should have
It's like
fed
a
one of those
very
beans
bad
to a
jelly.
flump.
Yeah. And the shopkeeper's like, you can't capture one. Good luck.
And then when
When they walk back, he
No,
managed
that's
to get
not
them
how
to
she
follow.
said it. Say it how she said it.
Nah, don't.
She sounded like the lady. Yeah.
Yeah,
My new
Wazowski.
the big guy, the one who took the bet.
Yep, but like
Oh,
with like
so
a
it sounds
Boston
like they were
accent. it was
smoking
supposed-
nonstop. So
Yep.
Hey Jimmy, give me a pack of Newports.
Hey, children, you want some smokes?
something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I
Chris
walked,
the clown.
and then me as an old man
But-
walked into the shop, and
but
then
that-
they followed me.
Yep.
And
But
then
that
she was like, oh,
she'd
oh,
sell him
oh.
for 100 gold if he could
So you
capture
didn't
the
capture it. You just kind of.
It kind of
Followed
just
us
followed
Kinda
him,
followed
yeah.
and
He kind of
Okay.
followed me.
Yep. Okay. What are you guys doing? You've got a field of
I'm in a library
scary
research.
scream.
We should save at
Yeah, you
least
hear
3 of them.
shrieking from outside going.
I'm not
Adriana.
concerned with that.
Yep.
That
Adriana.
that's normal.
What? And my creativity is done for the day.
Oh.
I'm done.
Listen. Lysandra's awesome.
Are you planting more
Growth
beans
and where to
or
find
are you
No, I'm
doing
gonna
something
save them for a
different?
special occasion.
Okay. All right.
I want to go ask Lurch if we have any fencing.
And a big axe.
Otherwise,
Um,
I'm gonna go into town.
We're gonna leave the tree there.
Do we have any firewood?
do we have any
Leave
firewood?
my tree alone.
Yeah.
Go fight
Um,
you. I'll get her hawk on
Lurch
you.
says the
Or she'll
we
I don't know,
have
my
any
hawk's being a
fencing
hoe
per se,
right
but
now,
we can
so like
make
She's
Gamora
making
might
some.
be
Why? What do you need fencing for?
We can make a lot of fence out of
off
that thing.
The screaming things and the tree, and to do not touch or enter.
I think the mushrooms can do that on their own. I think the tree might need the fence.
And
Well,
then
what I was
mushrooms
thinking
will
is we
protect
take the
tree.
mushrooms, put them around the tree.
But we don't know if that would anger the tree because
Or
we're not
kill
quite
the
sure.
mushrooms.
I
Yeah,
think the tree just wants to vibe, man.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So like, we just put like a little cloche over the
Like a nice little
mushrooms.
sign. Please don't touch our tree.
Get like one of those
Too
like
bad the
portable
mushrooms didn't grow
greenhouse
around the
type
talking
things and just throw it
statue.
over the top.
That would have been kind of funny.
Okay.
Oh, shut up! Do you know this guy's gonna kill you? Shut
I want posted fences around the tree that says "Do not harm the tree."
Yeah.
Do not enter.
For how would you say?
Warning, Dilophosaur in the area.
If you harm the tree, we will kill you.
It will kill
Or
you.
it will
Kinda
kill you.
Touch our tree, we break your face.
Or it kill you.
Yes. You will. Do
You-
not harm the tree for fear of death.
You axe this tree, we axe you.
And your family, and your family's family.
And then the tree out in your lawn. 'Cause you axed our tree.
And your cow.
And your whole family.
Okay.
I don't get a ton of things.
All right. Anyway. All right. Yeah. Lurch will procure some fences and some signage to put up for you, if you wish.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
He will start to work on that. It'll be a little bit of time before he gets to it, but
So is the dead horse just like next to the tree?
it's next to the boule.
That's next to the tree.
That's the dirt pushed away from the
Okay.
tree.
Just gonna start shoveling dirt over the horse. That I
I'm
killed.
gonna dig a hole for the grave.
I don't have a shovel, so
I'll start digging with my sword.
With your sword.
just go ask Lurch for a shovel.
Lurch.
I'm just being a lazy ass and just
Have
throwing
a
dirt
shovel?
on the damn horse. Before Lysandra goes and realizes that
There's
I killed
one
the horse
in
for nothing.
the small shed.
We'll
I'm
grab the
still
shovel.
traumatized about
Okay.
that
Yeah,
short
little-
thing.
So you find like the little, basically like a garden shed.
Yeah.
Find a shovel and start digging.
Oh wait,
Well-
the brulee's hole is over here. We could just put them both in that,
That's a good
and
idea.
then just bury it.
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna put them into that hole,
Okay.
and then just start shoveling dirt over it.
Actually, the top carapace can I try to take that and make something out of it.
The
Of
skull plate.
the boule.
Yeah.
Sled.
Sled.
A sled
Or
for
a
a
full
Goliath.
shield.
I have a shield.
Sure, I'll let you remove it.
You
can
can't
remove
use
it.
shields.
You figure out what you want to do with it
You
later.
have a back shield now.
I'm
No,
gonna-
a front shield. You just can't see.
I'm just gonna stare at the tree and look for anything weird on it.
Okay. Make a perception check.
That's a 21.
Okay. As you stare at the tree intently, looking for anything weird and out of the ordinary, the tree itself looks like a rather large and old tree. It's motionless. You don't see anything out of the ordinary besides the fact that it sprouted here, and there's this giant tree that appears to be incredibly old.
I don't see any eyeball.
Nope.
Dang it.
Has to open it. You have to interact with the tree.
You have to like knock on it or something. Listen,
Okay, poison blade.
I don't.
Don't touch my tree.
Ooh, you touched my
Tralala. Oh no.
Really?
What are you guys doing or wanting to do?
Danny should sneak up on the mushrooms and kill one of them.
Do I have to be the nerd? and
I'm
say it?
being sneaky.
Sneaky, 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 sneak.
Yep.
I'll be the nerd and say it. Let's go to the library.
Okay.
Harris is already in the library.
He's looking at where the
Hey,
tree is.
that's an idea. Practice my stealth skill. See how close I can get to the mushrooms when they start
Make an
screaming.
investigation check.
Do it. Do it. Become
I'm
more
gonna start
stealthy.
throwing more
Get
rocks
more
at
stealth
him.
points.
At what? The tree? All the mushrooms? You throw more rocks at the mushrooms? Yeah, but every time the rock, you pick up a handful of rock and you chuck one, and like it misses, you chuck
Do
another
they all
one, it misses.
scream at the same pitch, or
and
do
then
they
you
scream
hit
at different
another one,
pitches?
and like it
Like,
bumps
they
off
are
of it, and you hear
guys.
just
Oh,
the
jeez.
scream and the shrill,
What does it
and then
sound
the
like?
rest of them start to get in. I can't do it. It just
Can you try?
no,
No.
Even a little bit?
no.
That's the best you can get.
Yeah, it's about it.
Sorry,
my
I'm a
voice
man.
cannot. I can't do it.
Alright, deal.
What's a 5 do me?
You find a book. Don't know what the book's about.
It's a
but
coloring
you
You
book.
find
scan through a lot of books about trees.
I'm gonna make
I
You
see
my
don't find
one.
anything about giant trees.
Hey, it's a pop-up
I'm
book. The
making
tree
my
popped
way
up
to
out
the
of the book
library
too.
so I can also look at stuff for my tree.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Thank goodness my intelligence is 0 modifier.
20, not natural.
Okay. Yep.
I'm gonna go
so
to the
you,
kitchen.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
So you search through the library and you find a book that talks about giant trees, but it doesn't. The pictures that I have don't look like this.
Okay, I'm
Whoa.
going to take my.
You don't specifically find like the species of tree in this book.
Okay, I'm gonna take my book of books out, stroke the spine, open it, and flip through it and see if I can find anything in there.
Sure.
Could
Make
you see the
another investigation check.
Chips.
21, not natural.
Sure. You flip through the pages and you don't find anything.
Nothing. Okay, close it, put it to sleep, all that fun jazz.
Put to sleep. The prophecy is true.
All right. Well, that happened. Oh no. Anyway, you go to the kitchen, and Anira goes to the kitchen to get food, to satiate the hungry dwarf.
Yep.
Okay. What is the rest of you guys doing?
Has he been
I'll ask
on
for
the whole time?
assistance from
Who?
anyone to see if I can find anything out about these
Smokeberry Finn,
trees.
has he watched this whole thing? Like,
I don't know.
he just said, wow, that's why I'm asking.
I mean, yeah.
Who are
Is
you
there a
asking?
town nearby?
Yes.
Dude, Corey, did
If
you
you
see
guys
me
are
throw a rock
in
at a mushroom in the
Riverhand,
stream?
basically.
River? Okay.
So, our house is here.
In between or like right? Oh, never mind.
Where
I
the
see
dot is.
So I didn't notice the literal house and the little dot right there.
Yep.
This has been a wild ride.
So,
Riverham.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, there was 2 Rambalos. Like,
north and south from Balo.
I'm gonna talk to
Yeah, there's a
Lana.
bit of a mistake there.
I want to talk to Lana real quick.
The south Rambalo is Clearborough, and the north Rambalo is the actual Rambalo.
But the North Rambalo is really crappy. Like, we almost got eaten twice.
There was a map mistake when I was putting points.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to ask Lana. Hey, you think because they're so loud, do you think they taste good? That's a natural defense for them?
You know, I've
You
never
don't
tried
eat-
to eat
Do it.
them. I
Do it.
Don't eat colorful mushrooms.
do it, do
I-
it,
I
do it,
wouldn't.
do it, do it,
I
do
don't
it.
know. I don't trust.
You
I don't
could,
trust
you
them.
could kill one and
Take
take
it
to
from
the
a
dwarf,
druid and do it.
cook. See if she says it's poisonous.
I'm
or
just
not.
gonna add a couple rocks to Lana. Eh?
Yeah.
You wanna see who hits the most?
No, I'm good. Sorry, boss.
Okay. And then I keep throwing them.
My ears have had enough for today. As you keep throwing?
Yeah.
Okay, he goes, all right, have fun. As you hit another one and the shrieks continue to erupt from the patch of
All of a sudden, Bohemian Rhapsody starts playing.
mushrooms. Yeah. Okay. So, what are we doing?
I'll head to my river ham and go see if I can find anyone that knows anything about earth elementals or tree elementals.
Okay, so you're gonna head into town.
Yep, I'm gonna head into town.
Okay. Is anybody else joining? Okay. All right, Wade's going too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna chill at the house. I'm gonna sneak out.
All right. So the
With
three
some
of you
rocks.
guys head into Riverham.
He's gonna go out by Norbert.
Riverham is a relatively small town.
You know who might have
Basically,
stuff?
there
The
is
Mount
a
Memorial
centerpiece in the
Library.
center of the town, which is like the wagon wheel, through a small river that runs by. And
I just
a
say
town
that
square.
we do use
There's-
one of my doors, right?
What was that?
We do use one of my doors, right?
Not to go to Riverham.
No, not to go to Riverham.
Oh, that's cool.
Riverham's walking.
I mean, it's like an hour into town by walking. You get into Riverham, and like I said, there's the town square with the centerpiece, and then there's some other shops and like apartments and buildings, a small tavern. That the face of the tavern looks different than the rest of the building, like it somewhat recently has been
we destroyed
repaired.
The
Where
thingies destroyed the front.
Yep.
Got it.
What do you want to do and look around? What do you want to?
Just see if there's anyone that knows anything about like elementals, like any foreign like tree,
Sure.
like sprite wise or anything like that.
Sure. So I would assume you stop in at the tavern to try to find.
Just information.
Yeah. And the guy in the tavern is like, elementals, boy.
Y'all
You
are
don't know
sure
anything
strange
about
lot.
elementals. Yeah, you guys, I wouldn't know what to tell you.
I'm not sure how strange lot.
You could.
First the werebears.
We're a rather small
Others.
community. I don't know nothing about those, and I'm not sure who would.
Never been to Alabama.
Could try maybe asking around somewhere in New Haven, maybe. The great library up there might help you out. I wouldn't really know where else to try. You could maybe try out by Bridgefield. There's another the Kimont Memorial Library might help you. But other than that, I wouldn't even know who to even ask.
Useful information. So there's 2 libraries that we can go check out.
Yeah. So the group has been to both of them before. So New Haven is kind of the main.
We have contacts.
Yeah.
Second largest city.
It's the second largest city besides the capital. Bridgefield is farther up north, and
And anyone that's labeled a color is for the door.
We have a
Like
magical
black,
door.
blue, and that stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna step out for a second.
Okay.
The colors
yep.
should be labeled.
It says gold, but I'm not sure if that's for the color or if that's for like a place you pick up gold.
No,
No, probably just
that's a
the
color.
color.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
for a door. Okay, I was wondering like.
Yeah,
does that
any
mean
colors
just-
of the door.
Yep. The colors are black, blue, gold, and maroon.
I probably didn't spell maroon right. Wherever it is.
MAROON.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I have no idea how to actually spell maroon.
That's right.
Okay.
I don't know. I was guessing. So
MAROON.
Feels like it's off.
I know.
It seems like it feels like there's an E in there or something.
There usually is. That's the thing. Like in all these weird
Maroon.
words.
Okay. Amy.
Fix the problem. You're welcome.
Yep. So the library, there's the Great Library in New Haven, and then there's the Kimont Memorial Library in Bridgefield, both of which you guys have been to. Or you've been to New Haven. I don't think you guys have tried
we
the
haven't
library.
tried the library.
But the Kimont Memorial Library they've been to before and have talked. With,
We haven't ticked her off yet because we haven't told her about the 2 boxes we stole.
I don't know about that. Her character doesn't know
No.
about that. I will not worry about that
Yeah. Nope.
because stealing
That's
is not part of
all-
his repertoire.
prior to you guys doing the group past endeavors.
So let's see if we can take a door to New Haven and do some research.
Pulls out key. Let's do this.
Okay. All right.
They have to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think's going with them?
Did you go with?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just.
Doors
See.
open. I knew it. I took a gamble today.
Just gone.
All right. So you guys, who else is gonna head to?
I want to go to New Haven and I want to take either her or with the crystal that she has, as well as Verithan, the red one.
Okay. So you, orb. You still have the orb.
Okay. Has Verithan figured out what it is?
Nobody's
I'm
tried.
going to ask Verithan, like, has he figured out what the orb does?
And I know Alana will be joining us there because she's trying to figure
Nobody's
out what's
nobody's
going on with
attempted
this
to do
tree.
anything with it.
She wants to see if she can build a tree for it.
Or at least figure out what's going on with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tree?
He's had it for long enough. He probably would have studied
Yeah.
it.
So I guess for he says I haven't really tried.
Let's try it.
Okay. So he takes it out back. You go out back to like the training dummies kind of thing. He looks at the orb and kind of thinks about it, channels his energies through the orb, and you notice that the orb itself starts to glow very like red, almost like a flame, and then you notice that the orb itself almost seems to burst into flames. Verithan's holding it, no issue with heat or anything, and as he looks at it and then directs it, the fire from around the orb emanates off the orb and hits the dummy, which bursts into flames.
So it's produced flame in a
Mhm.
orb. But I want to stick it into the thingy.
Okay.
I ask him if we can smash it and get another crystal.
It's up to you guys.
Are we smashing the orb that makes fire to see what else it does?
Where did they come from?
Is this
We've
at the
had
house?
it for forever.
I mean,
Yep,
sure.
this
It's
is
like my light crystal or her grow plant crystal or
Wait,
Dan's
so
got a.
does it just create fire because someone touches it? Or
So basically,
It has the cast of.
yeah.
produce
So what they
flame.
have found before is that basically there's these crystal orbs, almost like a crystal ball. They have
It's almost like
there's-
we haven't explained anything to him.
right, yeah, different colors.
What's this for?
Each one has some sort of effect that they can channel through it. If the orb breaks,
You get the little crystal.
so
thing.
far they have found out when they break the orb, you get like a little amulet out of it. Crystal shard gains a
Are we doing this in the
gold
yard?
band, and
Yeah, we said
chain
fire to
appears, and then that amulet has some other effect, typically.
yeah, I would
like-
smash it because you get something pretty valuable. Or a cursed
Well,
item.
and then the amulets
Well, she
have
has
a
one that gives
significance in New
plant
Haven.
growth. He has one that is cast sphere, and I have one where you touch something and it lights up.
No, it is cause wounds.
Oh, cause wounds, light wounds.
Oh yeah, I can just touch people.
Fear was the orb.
I like fire.
Well, it probably produces fire too.
I like fire. Fire be put on me. I wear heavy armor. I walk at things. I'm an infinite health build.
What are you doing?
I'm assuming that he's gonna go, no, I want to keep this, and then I just smack it out of his hand. I want to break it.
Okay, so you smack it out of his hand. It hits the ground and shatters. As you look down at the pile of shattered crystal, you notice the one small shard. A gold band appears, and then a chain.
We got another
I'm gonna
one.
hand
Pick
it
it
to him and be like, hey,
To Verithan.
yes.
Okay.
Hey, try this. See what it does.
Bursts into flames.
Okay. Verithan dons the necklace,
Kind of ticked off that I broke his orb.
and
Goes and touches one of the dummies.
thinks again, like holds the crystal or holds the amulet, thinks about it, channels the energy through it, and as he thinks about the dummy, you notice that suddenly the dummy explodes with a burst
I love
of
fire
fire.
starter.
Hold on. I gotta make sure exactly the range on
I don't
this.
watch much Stephen King's. I only remember like Cat's Eye.
Whoa.
What?
The
Is
dummy
that-
explodes in a
Trying to
burst
think
of
whatever
flame.
the Stephen ones.
What was in it?
So you were talking with Verithin. Is there anybody else?
No.
I watched
Okay,
it when I was a
make
kid.
dexterity saving throw.
That's cute.
Like it was more about like a murder, but I don't remember.
That's pretty
Shiny?
cute.
The weasel.
No, whole hotel. There's a winner.
Yeah, so Shining. It was Shining Cat's Eye, the other ones that actually.
21.
21.
Yep.
Okay.
Never watched Pet
Yeah.
Cemetery, never watched all that.
Fuck is this?
You're welcome. I'm sorry, did that offend you? Is that what it's like with you?
No, dude. I definitely gotta show you what one looks like.
Okay. What? The dummy explodes in a burst of flame that radiates close to 30 feet from you. You jump and dodge out of the way just in time,
I know
but you
people
still
often
get
see
singed. You are going to take, so it's 37 halved. So
That's fucking great.
18?
Can I show this one? That is so good.
No.
Take 18 points of damage.
They would have seen it on the stream already.
Yeah, that's where that came
That's,
from.
yeah, honest to God, that's where they came from.
Take 18 points of fire damage. You notice that the grass around the area is now on fire.
It's frozen.
If you didn't guess already, it cast Fireball. Fireball!
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
No.
Fireball does 8d6 of damage. Half on a
I like
save, on a successful save.
So it's guaranteed damage.
Yeah.
Kill you.
Okay, so Verithin has the
Okay.
red amulet. When he comes back, he's going to be very happy about that.
Mm-hmm. It casts fireball.
I cast Fireball in the room as the flame expands around. Everybody roll dex saves.
You can't use fireball for
I
every
fireball.
situation.
I fireball the
That's real
gazebo. It's a gazebo.
It is
I
now.
fireball the gazebo.
I fireball the giant tree in our backyard.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Fireball the mushrooms.
No!
That would work. That probably would work.
No, my friends.
My friends. No.
It wouldn't work because it's got
What
one
friends
use
do you have that you whip rocks
One
at?
per day.
So? Now I
Right.
got something to do when I'm at the house and I'm bored.
Keeps
Put
them
in
out
them
here.
out.
See
Okay.
My
how
mushrooms.
high up the tree
Stop
you
it.
get will still damn.
Christ. Okay. The rest, you guys are going to then head to New Haven.
Yep.
Okay. So you head to New Haven through the door. Who is going where?
I have to go.
What?
You have the key.
I have to go.
Okay. Yep. You guys head to New Haven.
Those
Alright.
of us with amulets go to the tower.
Okay. So that's 4 of you. The rest are, I'm assuming, going to the library.
Doing some reading.
Go with them.
You're gonna
I'm
go
curious about the.
the laser light show.
Yeah.
Are you going to the library or are you going with us to find out about the laser light show?
I'm gonna hang out with this guy. I don't know where he's going.
He's going to the laser light show.
Okay, let's go.
So you're going to the
You're
library
going
alone.
with-
You're gonna go find out about the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely not, the
Okay,
library
Lysander's
type.
going to the.
Okay.
Say the
So
least.
you go
You're
to the great library.
What?
And
Are you going
you
with us?
stop in and you see
Because it has
the,
she has the other amulet.
She
like
just gives us
almost like an
one, that's what I'm
acolyte
asking.
librarian.
I'm getting
What can I help you with today?
Wait a minute.
I'm looking for books and or people that know much about fey elementals or anything that has to do with giant trees that can see or have eyes.
Giant trees that can,
Or
I
move
think
themselves.
I think I might know what you're. Yeah, I think I might know a book that might help you. Follow me. Takes you back through multiple shelves and corridors of books stacked to the ceilings.
And it's in
I mean,
English.
this is a large library. Pulls you back to a section and kind of like climbs up a small ladder and goes, aha, here you go. Pulls it out, hands you a book. Try that one. Hopefully that's the information you need.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I borrow the book and like return it later, or do I have to keep it in the library?
For this specific one, we ask that you keep it within the library, but there's reading rooms that you can take a look and take a peek.
Transcribe it.
Thank goodness I have no pen or paper.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
you find a reading
Do
room.
not
she
bring-
goes to the reading
do
room and
not
just
bring that
inserts
book.
into her feeding book and
Yep.
then just leaves.
You
Which is
head to
not
the
what-
reading room and you open the book and you page through until you see a page with a description of a large tree. One that is 150 feet tall, alive and well.
And be like, no. Down the stairs.
Is there anything like specific that it's? I'm just
Trying to find the picture. You see a picture.
So when we get to the tap room,
Mhm.
those of us with the ability to go over the top and stab him into the like
Yeah.
we're supposed to.
Show the math
Y'all are
thing.
gonna stay.
Yep.
Is there anything like
top of the
crucial
stairs
that
and be like,
I will learn
Down
off
the
of this?
So
like
you-
a sense of
In this
this
book,
area's closed. Leave.
I like this idea.
you see that the
Anyone that
name that it's
approaches, you
given
get to kill
is
them.
a tree ant.
oh, so okay.
Okay. Most of the time, they're harmless, sometimes mischievous, unless you attack them.
Oh, something stole
Is
my
there any-
underwear.
Does
Mischievous.
it say any way to befriend
Someone
them
stole my
or
underwear.
talk to them, or is it just?
There
Language
isn't a
they
lot
speak?
in the book that you can find specifically,
We're kind of choppy.
but
Probably just
it does the little bit that that has in this book. They're incredibly old and ancient beings.
We just pulled one of the freaking ground and it's
and
like
that
80,000
they
years
normally
old.
are
Like,
indistinguishable and incredibly hard to
And they're
find
known to be mischievous.
unless you happen to stumble upon it
How could a tree be
one
mischievous?
day. They tend to
Just
protect
flopping
their
below.
landscape
Fucking
and the
balls.
areas around them.
and then sits back
And they
up,
are.
spits out.
You do not want to face off against them. They're
Does it say any type of languages that they speak?
from this. It doesn't have any list of languages because there's in this book it says that there's very little known about them.
Okay.
Very few have been
So it's
discovered.
literally only
Basically, it's like a.
the neutral.
So I need to find a
Yeah.
magical.
I mean, if you wanted to try to find more information specifically, now you know like what it is. You could look and do a little more
Yeah. So I
deep
guess
diving, but
What about ent removal services?
That
No.
would just be called a pyromancer.
We want to keep it.
We have
'cause
one
if
now.
so if
we
you'd like
let
to
them
do a little
sit
more
there-
digging, you could.
I'll do more digging.
Sure.
Like
If we let 'em
research
sit
ask
there,
if
it
there's
become
any
part of the
experts
house.
on
Make
I'd love
make an
for it to
investigation
be
check.
like, you see vines
And if
moving
I
through the
don't,
pond,
I'm
where's
going
the
to
mushrooms?
library
It's
in.
just goes,
Because
Right
I
on the
can
ground.
guarantee my rolls ain't gonna be good. 9.
Yeah.
We need to create
You got a better
You
one?
spend probably about a half an hour
We have options.
or so scanning through the shelves,
Bless
you,
Hey,
looking
y'all.
for
Fucking
information.
hands
You do
sanitizer.
find some, but it takes you quite some time.
That's fine by me. I'm
Yep.
soft, oh boy.
And you do find one that talks about these types of beings, and that one says that it seems to be perceptive and responsive to common, druid, elven, and sylvan.
So we could have talked to him.
I tried.
Responsive where it understands.
Yeah, it understood what I was saying.
Doesn't necessarily respond.
Okay.
That they are relatively peaceful creatures unless you
They like their sleep.
provoke. But they are also they tend to stay hidden unless provoked.
Okay.
They don't
You're
engage.
not hiding. We can see you.
Okay. Going back to you guys. You guys enter the Gwydion Observatory. As you get closer, Verithan feels a pull and a need to go to the observatory, much like you guys have before. You get up to the observatory. It is probably mid-afternoon at this point. And you head up the stairs to a large, open, circular room,
Jeez, man,
vaulted
you are a
ceilings,
germaphobe.
with the rudimentary map of
Yes.
Galehardt painted on the ceiling,
I do.
and the darkened night sky
But now it's
painted on
your
the floor.
chest,
You
crawling
see the
into your
pedestal in the
pores.
center. much like you've seen, in past. And as you guys enter the room, Verithin takes his amulet and walks right up to the pedestal.
Are there any people up there?
Make a perception check.
That was like syrup. This ain't syrup, is it?
14.
No, it's labeled.
Okay. As you quickly scan the room, you notice that there's one person out on the balcony that you corner your eye.
Alright.
But Verithin is
Is it?
still approaching the pedestal.
Okay. I'm gonna take the person and go, hey, this is closed for a private party. You need to leave now, please.
Okay. Verithin is still approaching the pedestal.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm going to take that person down the stairs.
Yep. So you basically walk up to this
Chainbreaker. Top of the stairs. Nobody
Yep.
comes up. It's on me.
and you usher them out, and they're like, okay, I
You're
guess.
like, this is my
sure.
observatory. What are you talking about?
Nope.
Okay, I guess, sure.
Sir,
I don't
it's either
understand,
down
but
the
okay,
stairs
sure.
or out the window. Your choice.
And yep, then you push them and usher them out the stairs as Verithin inserts his amulet into the top of the pedestal.
Okay.
And I'll stand in
I'm
the
gonna walk them
stairwell.
down to the bottom of the stairs, and then I'm gonna go back up.
Sure. Okay. As you hit the top of the stairs, you see that the amulet is in the depression
Yep.
in the base. You see the sixth ring that it seems a little bit wider. When he puts it in, it kind of puffs out. And you see a pale white light coming from
Okay. Well,
that projecting onto the wall.
These two are going to stand
and
at the top of the stairs.
Yep.
The rest of us are going to surround the podium and insert our crystals as well.
Okay. Yep.
There's DEET in this.
There's what?
DEET.
What's
Okay.
the-
read the ingredients.
It's a lot of stuff that it like gets put in like bug spray. and
Okay,
stuff
so
like that.
as you guys approach the pedestal and you insert your crystals into the slots in the pedestal, first Wade, you add your black crystal. You see the black line join the red one on the ceiling. The third ring
It
on
doesn't
the
have
pedestal
ingredients.
puffs out, and you see the red light shine
There's just spice with
into
ginger and lemon.
the alcove, making additional more kind of lines and hatch marks. Then Anira adds her white amulet. You see another
Mine would
white
be
line.
last because.
Oh, okay. Lysandra
thinking of the stairs.
adds her green amulet. The second ring kind of puffs out, and a blue light shines into the alcove, and the green line forms across the map on the ceiling. Then Anira, you add the white amulet. The fifth ring puffs out, and you see a green light shine into the alcove, along with the white line on the ceiling. What you can see in the alcove with the multiple layers of lines stacking up, it appears that there is 4 lines of what almost appears to be text, but the lines are missing or malformed. There's pieces and parts. You can't quite make out anything specific.
Frame speed's gone down.
What's up? It does look like we had a little bit of a frame issue. I've noted we've been having some issues lately with the internet here, and I've got to fix it. So, yeah, there might be some issues with frame rate. Yeah, there might be some issues with frame rate. I know we are having some internet issues up here, so we're working on it because we've had some issues in the past couple of streams. So I apologize about that, guys. Sorry. We'll try to figure it out and narrow out the problem and fix it.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Ooh,
I
it's
wanna-
looking good for Jake.
I want to write down, because I have a
Sure.
map already started of this. Yeah. I want to
Yep.
add the other lines.
Okay. Sure. You can do that. You have a pencil?
Oh no.
What he does.
Oh, hold on, I got one.
And then
It looks like it's kind of bouncing up and down here, but hopefully it'll be a little bit better. Hopefully. Okay.
What?
actually just happened when I read that. But hold on. Mythical modes, unicorn exotic snack sticks. Okay. And yep, made with 100% real smoked beef, not actual unicorn. Neat. That they chose a great picture too.
Okay. So the two added lines, the one going kind of from the Bridgefield area down to the Marsh Meadow section is the red line. The one going across the bottom towards Edivane and Marsh Meadow, that is the green line.
Are any of those intersections where you guys found the gems?
Pegasus.
It goes through all the towns that have the. Oh, what? What is one crosses?
These are flavors for them,
No.
because that would be awful.
Oh,
Here's this nice meat
Okay,
stick.
what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna share it just for the heck of it.
Just
Stand at the stairs.
okay. So
Just ash.
which one?
comes back in your mouth rehydrated.
Can I have a
Go.
pencil
What's that hard?
or a pen? Can I have a pen actually?
I just have a pencil.
Can I have a Sharpie?
Yeah, here. I'll pass it down. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay. Yep. So you see the marks across, and I don't have a map for the viewers at home. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Unless if she wants to hold up the map so you guys can see the lines. There we go. It's a little close. That's kind of there. The lights are not helping any.
yeah, no.
We'll figure it out. I'll get one that we can put up on stream soon here
Okay,
with the lines.
so which one's the green one?
So the green one is the one that goes across the bottom, horizontal. The red one that's going vertical. And then the two crisscross you've already got marked with the white and black. Okay, are you guys doing anything else? What are you guys doing?
Standing on the stairs.
You're standing at the stairs. You look back and you see this light show happening. You're like, eh.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Cool.
So this is on like a map thing.
So
on the
so
ceiling?
the ceiling is like a crude map of Galehardt.
Do these lines seem similar to the ley lines?
Yes and no.
This is what it looks like.
So you see some of them. They seem like they would be similar to what appears to be the ley lines, but you're not sure 100% if they match exactly where the ley lines are.
The words that are on the wall.
Yep.
Do I recognize them?
It's broken. The broken letters. It's almost like if you wrote a letter and was missing half of the lines. For
Okay,
the
is
letter.
it written in like light or is it carved into the wall?
You see light. So you see on the wall. So there's the third ring, the fifth ring, the second ring, and the sixth ring have kind of expanded, and the lights have projected themselves on the wall.
How many more rings are there?
There's a total of 7.
Okay, so we're seeing
Yep. And you see a red light, a green light, a blue light, and a white light shine onto the wall, each projecting different lines.
Okay.
That when you kind of have this many of them, you can see it's almost like there is 4 rows of text, but you cannot make out anything specific. Some of them are overlapping in areas.
Okay. I want to write down what we see.
Sure.
So that we can show it to everybody.
Okay.
And
Then
you can eventually put it in my book. Too.
I want to go to the library and see what he found.
Okay. All right.
Do we take out our gems?
Yeah. Take
Okay.
the gems. And. leave.
Okay. So when you remove one of the gems, the rings contract back into the pedestal and form the solid stand. And you pull each one, all 4 of those amulets out of the pedestal, and the lights slowly dim out for each one that you pull, and the rings contract. You guys then, with no other want to do anything else here, you guys head to the library. Okay. All right. So you guys head to the library and catch up with Eric's. Yep. Who has just found out the information about the giant tree.
It's a big tree.
It's a big tree.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Just don't fuck with it.
Don't touch the big tree until I talk to it and figure out what it needs.
So I can piss on it.
If
No!
you do, you will probably get squished by big tree.
Squeezed.
Because
You will
big
get
tree
walloped.
has self-defense mechanisms called thump with its big hand.
I would say that's
Or it
definitely
just
a
grows a
Thump
tree
with
branch and
its big
stabs
hand.
him. and
Well, I'll
retracts
tell you
it.
what. This is a great opportunity to
It
get
also,
a mobile home.
It also likes to
Am I
grow
right?
giant
A mobile
boulders at
home?
people.
I kind of
A
figured
mobile
that.
home.
But he would be the boulder being whipped.
A mobile
Right.
home.
I
A
can
mobile
just
home.
see him
Yep.
getting picked up
Yep,
and just
a
launched.
mobile home.
And like
All
Zach
right, with
rolls
that,
and
I
he
think that's where we're
goes
going to end the
3,000
stream
miles away.
tonight.
You land in the
As
sea?
next week, we'll find out if Chainbreaker's character is still alive after he tries to make a mobile home in the giant tree that sprouted in the backyard. All right, but that's where we're going to end it for tonight. So thank you guys for hanging out and joining us for Legends of Galehardt. We will pick this up again. Actually, probably not next week, because next week is the 4th of July, everybody.
Happy birthday, USA!
Yep, so we will more than likely, I know we will for sure not be streaming Legends of Galehardt. We might stream something else specific to 4th of July, but we will resume Legends of Galehardt in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so tune in next time where Dan will be Star Spangled Awesome.
Yeah, we will at least do something, post something either on the Twitter or the Discord, something, just for some fun and have some stuff. But again, Legends of Galehardt will resume in 2 weeks, which is, what is that? The I don't even know what the date is.
A number.
A number. It's I think it's the
It's the 11th.
11th. I can math. Add 7 to 4. That's a thing I should have done instead of just looking at a calendar. The 11th. We'll resume July 11th. And we will pick up where we left off with them at the Great Library in New Haven. So again, thank you guys for hanging out with us here tonight. Hope you guys had fun. Hopefully we'll have fixed the issues that have been brought up for next time. Yeah, if you guys are new here at Twitch, make sure to follow. We stream pretty much every week. Saturdays being D&D, Tuesdays board games, Thursdays Magic the Gathering, along with some other stuff in between. If you guys want to support the channel, many different ways you can do so, including becoming a subscriber here on Twitch, leaving a tip for us below, or joining our Patreon, patreon.com/MagicManGames. And therell be more information and more perks over there coming soon as we eventually roll out. And I am working on an interesting little bit of a extension and stuff for us here that I had a brilliant idea for earlier today. And we'll see if we
You
can
had
get
a
it.
great idea, or Jake had a good idea?
No, I had a great idea. Jake had no idea. He never even thought of this. And just so for a little bit of a backstory, the title of said extension for Twitch is going to be called Bits of Inspiration.
Oh God.
Yeah. So we were going to work out all the details. More information on that will be coming soon, so you can check that out if you guys want. But it will give you a way to directly influence the game that we play here. And yeah.
Please don't make me wear underwear on my head.
No. It'll be interesting. We'll see. So if you guys want to get in on that, keep checking back for that, and we'll have more information on that soon. It'll probably take us a little bit to actually get it working, but it is something that we're working on. So, yeah. Oh.
I do live streaming too, guys.
Oh yeah, and Cody also live streams. So check out his channel. What is the channel name? Let everybody know.
So
what?
so I do some live streaming. Definitely check me out. Twitch.tv/Dark Valor Prince. One word.
With all
with
the ums,
us.
guys.
With all the ums, you gotta add all the ums in there.
Definitely gotta add the ums in there. I play some mad video games on there. I need 6 followers to get affiliated.
There you go.
Big wink.
A big wing. Yep. Yeah. So check Cody out. He streams too. And I've hopped in there a couple of times. It's interesting.
So yeah, you're a little cutie.
Oh jeez.
Make sure, and make sure to show
that took
Cody
a
your
turn.
style.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Style.
Sometimes you gotta pop in and show me your style.
happy 4th,
You
everybody.
water style.
Yeah.
You fire style.
Until next time,
Is
stay
he getting
safe, wash your
symbol?
hands,
No.
and hopefully you roll better than some of these guys did tonight
Hey!
on their throws, rolling ones on saves.
All I know is I rolled a 42, and I got some good results there.
Sure, you
That was
rolled up.
interesting.
Oh, on the percentiles. Yeah,
We
yeah.
definitely have to
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah. Yikes. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next time for more Legends of Galehardt. Thanks for tuning in.